from the Logos broadcast booth, about to bring you live another edition of Pioneers Baseball on the radio. Tonight, they play an exhibition game against the Fort Collins Force from the great state of Colorado. The Force are on a 10-game winning streak. The Pios have strung together 4 consecutive victories, so a lot of momentum, and both teams on a collision course here tonight. It's a beautiful evening. Despite the humidity, it is nice and warm, and clear skies for the time being at least. Wind blowing gently across the confines of Oregon Trail Park. We'll be back in just a moment with our Platte Valley Company's pregame show.
Byers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly team will put in the work to reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gearing, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbyersrealty.com or visit us at our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, next to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Byers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
Hi, this is Michael with the Englehop Agency. Mayhem, a word Allstate has used for some time to explain when things go awry in our lives. But today, it is all too real. With wars in our world, economic pressures, shootings almost daily, and tragic accidents right here at home, we are experiencing mayhem in a whole different manner. When you pass someone on the street today, give them a smile. Those are all too far uncommon, because for that moment, you may be the only thing that gives them hope. Let's have a great day today. All day.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a really big tree near your garage. Now I'm on your garage and car. And if you don't have the right insurance, the cost to fix this could leave you wishing money grew on trees. So bundle your home and auto with Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Contact local Gearing Allstate agent Michael Englehop for a quote today.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Auto prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
From the Logos broadcast booth, once again, this is our Scottsbluff screen printing pregame interview featuring head coach of the Pioneers, Brendan Nelson. Coach, your squad's run 4 in a row. You're coming off a series sweep. What are the vibes in the dugout right now?
Excited. Winning's always fun, and it makes everything more exciting, and guys are just ready to get out there and continue to try and keep the streak going and keep playing good baseball. We're pretty much, fully staffed again. We've got just about everybody back from that long break. We still got 1 or 2 that are still on their way back from out of state, but for the most part, we're fully staffed up again. So got the whole team back in the dugout, and they're all excited.
Speaking of good baseball, Brad Halleck had a 2-home-run game. He just committed to Concordia University in Seward, Nebraska. We all knew that power was there, but what does that mean to the lineup that he's been able to put the ball over the wall recently?
It's awesome. I mean, that's why we have him in the lineup as often as we do. He's that kind of threat every time that he steps in the box. He's got a chance to hit one over. So it's good to see him finally get over hitting wall bangers and finally getting them over the fence. But he's been doing a great job. His swing's been looking really good. His approach is fantastic. He's one of the smarter hitters I've ever been around, just in terms of his process and what he's trying to do. So he knows himself. He knows what he needs to do to be successful, and that's obviously been working out for him. And hopefully that's going to start leading to more home runs. But if not, if he keeps doing what he's doing prior to the home runs, I'm still going to be happy with him.
Yeah, very productive lineup. Just kind of up and down recently. Isaiah Gibbs, namely, one of the team leaders in hitting. You've said multiple times that he's kind of their best all-around hitter, so good to see him contribute. And, of course, Aiden Orr back in the lineup, actually the team leader in batting average. They're going to back up, or rather, I believe Mr. Gibbs is hitting third, and then Aiden Orr is hitting shortly thereafter.
Yep. Yeah, with, like you said, Gibbs and Orr have been big centerpieces of the lineup. Obviously I knew what we were getting with Isaiah. I've known him for years, and he's been a great hitter his whole, college career. And he's got a professional career coming. It's coming at some point. But Aiden was kind of the wild card. Like, you knew he was, obviously he's talented. He's committed to a good program. But you never know. Especially with a young guy like that, how's he going to handle collegiate level stuff? And I mean, as you said, leads the team in batting average. I think he's second in hits or third. He's up there. He's been fantastic, and you would never guess that he's a rising freshman. Like, you'd watch him and how he plays, you would think he's been in a college program already. And so Oakland got a really good one with him, and he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Last quick update, personnel-wise, Coley Carpenter back in the lineup. How's he feeling?
Good. He's played a lot for us this summer, and it was just one of those things where he kind of came up to me and was like, "Hey, I don't like asking for time off, but I'm a little sore." He's a grinder. He plays hard. He's 100 miles an hour everything he does. So it's just a matter of time before his body is like, "Hey, maybe take a little bit of time," and that's all it was. So nothing major, just soreness and general, fatigue. Just giving him some time to kind of catch his breath and get back fresh, and so ready to get him back in the lineup today.
And Carpenter back in the leadoff spot. Let's talk about who's on the mound. Dallin Turner has been kind of having an up and down year, but he looked good in his previous outing. What can we expect from him today?
Hopefully he can build off that. Like you said, he's had some good and some bad, and he and I have talked, and it's always about how you respond to your last outing, whether it was good or bad, because that outing's over. So what we're trying to do is get him to consistently attack and not try to be too cute. That sometimes has been his issues. He tries to be on the black too often instead of just attacking guys and, going from there. So today, hopefully we see him in that attack mode that he was in last time. And I think good things are going to go his way. So
Turner on the mound and an exciting lineup in the field tonight. Thank you very much for your time, Coach. This has been our Scottsbluff Screen Printing pregame interview. See Shane and his crew at Scottsbluff Screen Printing for all of your summer sports needs. Back for more on our Platte Valley Company's pregame show, including the anthem and the lineups, next.
Right now at Viera Wireless, we're celebrating the season of our loving moms, our hardworking dads, and our new and hopeful grads. Show them appreciation with one of our best deals ever. Get half off any tablet when you buy a phone with a new or renewed line. That includes the latest generation tablets from Apple and Samsung. You can also get them a new Samsung Galaxy S23 on us when you buy another one with trade-in. For more information, visit your local Viero store today. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Our producers know that running a successful operation these days requires having reliable service and quality products. That's why you can trust the knowledgeable people at Westco to provide you sound agronomic advice, aerial application, bulk fuel, lubricants, propane, tires, and other essentials to keep your operation running smoothly. Our priority is helping you succeed. Call or visit your nearest Westco location today. Westco. Service, solutions, success.
Westco's your best value through and through.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
So we are way, way ahead of schedule here at Oregon Trail Park. First pitch is about to be thrown by Dallin Turner, the right-hander, on the mound for the Pioneers. He is coming off one of his better outings of the year. He threw 4.2 innings pitched. He had 3 earned runs allowed and 7 strikeouts to only 3 walks. He gets knocked around a little bit this year, but here against the Fort Collins Force, he's hoping to really build off of his success. The starting lineup for the Force, it is going to be Jackson Romero playing third base leading off, Hayden Iverson playing center field and batting second, Joel Anderson playing first base hitting third, Ben Ruckman is the cleanup man batting fourth, obviously, playing right field and batting fourth, Blake Templeton, the DH, bats fifth, Brandon Fry is in left field batting sixth, Hank Heiselbetz is the shortstop, he is batting seventh, Bryson Madrano is batting eighth and playing catcher, and Elijah Laus is batting ninth and playing second base, and the first pitch of the ball game to Jackson Romero is rolled gently on the ground down the third base line, foul. Romero, right-handed batter, goes to the University of Northern Colorado, former teammate of Brad Halleck before his recent entry into the transfer portal and commitment to Concordia University. That is Halleck's, by the way, as Romero swings and pops the second pitch up down the first base side. Halleck, his old teammate, giving chase and watches it sail out of play. So a quick 2-strike count from Dallin Turner. Romero playing third base today. Sees the ball pretty well. An aggressive approach, swinging at the first 2 pitches from Dallin Turner. Good to see Turner attacking at the same time. A lot of times when he'll not have as much success, it'll be because he's trying to nibble around the zone. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The umpires today, good news, we have them. Jordan Balthazar is behind home plate. Turner, working from the stretch, the right-hander, kicks and deals, and a changeup is fouled right off the front shin of Romero, and he's going to have to walk this one off. Kind of grimacing as he strolls around home plate. The defense for the Pioneers, the outfield from left to right will be Esposito, Carpenter, and Gibbs, the best arm in right field. Asensio is at third base today, Lehman at short, or at second, Halleck at first, and Jacob Lang doing the catching. Here's Turner dealing, and a fastball a little bit up and outside, 2-2. The Fort Collins Force entering this game on a 10-game winning streak. A member of the Mile High Baseball League for the 10th straight year. Very established program as the pitch is swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher Lang, strike 3, and that's how this game gets started. A devastating changeup that time from Dallin Turner. Up next, it'll be Hayden Iverson. Iverson, another right-handed batter. Dirty blonde hair out the back of his navy blue helmet. As Turner deals from the stretch and misses down and away with the changeup, 1-0. Iverson, from the school on the roster listed as UCCS, University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, is my best guess of what the acronym stands for, as the 1-0 pitch is dribbled back up the middle and into center field, a base hit. I say dribbled. It was hit very sharply, but it hit the mound and just kept on going through the vacated middle of the field. So Hayden Iverson is on board with a one-out single. No score here in the first inning. As up next, it'll be Joel Anderson. Anderson, another right-handed batter. He's got some pop. Very well built, almost like a catcher, despite him playing first base today. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and popped high and foul out of play. Beyond the radio booth, strike 1. Infield at double play depth, Aiden Orr is shaded very far toward the middle. With Halleck holding the runner Iverson on, there's a big hole in the right side. As Turner kicks and deals. Change up, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a step off a throw to first, and he's back in there safely. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Dallin Turner likes a sign from Jacob Lang. Slide step in the pitch is a little bit inside. A snap throw to first, and they made it a pretty close play. Iverson might have thought better to dive in, but Halleck unable to apply the tag quite quick enough. I'm not sure where that one missed. Pitch possibly off the outside corner. 2-1 the count. And the pitch, a called strike. Beautiful changeup right on the black of the outer half. The count even at 2. Top of the first inning, man out, a man on. The third baseman, Asensio, is playing back. Turner looks at first, now pitches, and he swings and misses again, strike 3. So Anderson is sent packing for Turner's second strikeout, and that'll bring up Ben Ruckman. Ruckman, the first left-handed batter to come up against Dallin Turner. 2 outs, a man at first, just underway at Oregon Trail Park. The game's still scoreless so far as Turner deals and hits the bottom of the zone with a fastball, strike 1. Ruckman from Scottsdale Community College, not to be confused with Scottsbluff. Scottsdale in Arizona. Spring training home of the San Francisco Giants. Turner checks on first and pitches, and a foul straight back, a fastball out over the plate. And it's 0-2. Blake Templeton, the DH, on deck would be next. Dallin Turner, working from the first base out of the rubber, steps off and throws to first, chasing Iverson back. Iverson had to dive back in there with plenty of time. Still 0-2. Halleck still holding the runner. Iverson, with a lot of speed on defense, is a good base stealer as well. Slide step in the pitch. Up and away, missing with the fastball, 1-2. Ben Ruckman playing right field today. Striding in. Hands rested below his letters. The pitch, runner goes. The throw to second, skips off the glove of Lehman and into center field. The shortstop, Lehman, was very late to cover the bag. Now the throw to third base gets right by Asensio, where fortunately for Dallin Turner, he was backing up the play. So it'll just be a stolen base and an error on the catcher, Lang, although he probably shouldn't have been charged that. Iverson now at third base with 2 men out. Still 2-2. That was another very close pitch that could have been called a ball or a strike. 2-2 to Ben Ruckman. Here's the pitch, and it is called strike 3 right on the outside corner. So, Dallin Turner works around the 1-out single and the stolen base plus error. He strikes out the side as we head to the last of the first. It is the Force nothing, and the Pioneers coming up on the West Coast scoreboard.
Brandon is super pumped about Runza.
Runza is so sweet.
Especially all their desserts.
Oh, those are the sweetest.
Chocolate, vanilla, and twist ice cream cones, 4 flavors of shakes, chocolate chip cookies, and ice cream sandwiches.
Literally sweet.
Oh, I love your enthusiasm.
Well, I love Runza.
So sweet of you. Come satisfy your sweet tooth. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Hi, this is Alexandria with the Emporium Express. As spring is slowly making its way to the valley, your fair weather schedule is sure to be blossoming, along with your gardens. Let us take the pressure of breakfast off of your plate. Spinach and feta croissants, breakfast sandwiches, scones, and Danish, the raspberry glazed being my personal favorite, all baked fresh daily, are an excellent way to kick off your busy morning schedule, along with your always made with love cup of coffee and a smile from our wonderful staff. Happy gardening, and we'll see you soon.
We love our communities and want to high-five those who live in them with our 5 for 5 CD promotion. Right now, we are offering 5.00% APY on new money 5-month certificates of deposits. Stop in to any branch and talk with a personal banker for this 5-tastic deal. We're local and we love our community. Riverstone Bank, member FDIC. The annual percentage yield is effective June 6, 2023 and is subject to change without notice. Penalties may apply for early withdrawal. A minimum $500 deposit is required to open. New money only. Interest compounded quarterly. Public and institutional funds are excluded. Will reprice upon renewal at the current 6-month CD rate.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
Defensively for the visiting Fort Collins Force, the outfield from left to right will be Fry, Iverson, and Ruckman. Romero is playing third base, Heiselbetz is at shortstop, Laus is at second, Anderson is at first, and Bryson Madrano is in the squat putting down the signs. Up first, Coy Carpenter. Carpenter leading off playing center field today, waits, and the pitcher Luke Guest pours in a strike. A sinking fastball in the outside corner, 0-1. No score in the last of the first. Coy Carpenter, the Pioneers' prototypical leadoff man, back in the lineup. And the pitch is way inside with the fastball, 1-1. It is Coy Carpenter, Garrett Esposito, and Isaiah Gibbs in center field, left field, and right field, respectively. Carpenter, left-hand batter, waits for the 1-1 pitch. And he swings and chops this one to third base. Romero playing it has to go back. He throws off his back foot near the bag and fires to first in time to get Coy Carpenter. So Carpenter not even up long enough for me to tell you that he was hitting .308. Now Garrett Esposito. The rest of the Pioneers lineup will be Jet Ruby batting fourth, and he's the DH. Brad Halleck playing first base, batting fifth. Aiden Orr at second base, batting sixth. Jacob Lang, catching, is batting 7th. Michael Asensio is at third base, batting 8th. And James Lehman, the shortstop, batting 9th. As Garrett Esposito looks at a fastball running in off the plate, 1-0. A little bit about Luke Guest. He is 6'4", weighing in at 195 pounds, from Dakota State. As here's the pitch. And a big breaking ball called strike 1 on the outside corner. No score here in the first. Garrett Esposito up with nobody on and a man out. Guest sets out the belt. He too working from the stretch. And he pitches, and a sinking fastball dribbled foul down the third base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Taking a look at Luke Guest, for those of you that are Rockies fans out there, just imagine Justin Lawrence. He's a really low 3/4 roundhouse kind of delivery with a filthy slider and a good sinker. And that time he pulled the fastball way outside, and it's 2-2. Guest His most recent playing time was at Nasoho Community College in Kansas, where he totaled a 3.33 ERA with as many walks as strikeouts in 24 innings. The pitch on the way. And that one's hammered out to left center field, ranging over Iverson. He can't make the catch. It bounces in front of him. He cuts it off and knocks it down out by the 362 marker out in left center field. That was kind of out in no man's land, and it just kind of took a bad bounce at Iverson. Cut it off despite not picking it up cleanly, and Esposito is at second with a one-out double. Esposito really put a charge into that. I think that it was hit just off his hands. We've seen balls with similar trajectory carry out off his bat. A little bit surprising that one didn't go further. Iverson, despite his best efforts, could not make the play. Now Isaiah Gibbs, the first pitch, a breaking ball, called strike one, floating over the outer half. Last game a couple of days ago against the Australian Select Colts, Isaiah Gibbs did not reach for the first time all year. Even when he's been hitless, he's found a way to walk or get hit by a pitch, and he almost gets hit there, a breaking ball in off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nonetheless, despite his 0 for 4, he picked up a sac fly and a run batted in, so he's still finding ways to contribute, even when, and as rare as this is, even when he's not getting on base. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Esposito off of second base. Here's the pitch. Esposito goes. The pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to third is in time, but he didn't get him. They didn't get the tag down. The third baseman, Romero, looks flabbergasted as he tosses the ball back to the pitcher. Esposito seals another base, and he's on third with 1 out. 0-0 the score here in the last of the first inning. Esposito, after the double, has just swiped another bag. He's at third, cautiously taking his lead. The 1-2 to Gibbs is swung on and missed, strike 3. The pitch in the dirt. Isaiah Gibbs couldn't quite get his momentum going to first, so Medrano just able to tag him out. So a very rare unproductive out for Isaiah Gibbs. And that'll bring up Jet Ruby. Ruby, the DH today, batting cleanup. He is off to a pretty fast start in a Pioneers uniform. 5 for his first 15. He's also been on base more than 50% of the time, so he's been seeing the ball very well. Left-hand batter. Waits and takes down and away with a slider. 1 ball, no strikes. Ruby from Fresno State. Redshirted his first year. Slightly open stance. The left-hand batter takes outside 2-0. 2-man out. Esposito still at third base in a scoreless game. The first baseman, Anderson, playing Ruby back. He is also guarding the line. Here's the pitch, and it is taken right down 10th Street. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ruby waiting as Luke Guest sets at the belt and deals, and a fastball is fouled straight back. That one had a lot of sink at the lower part of the zone, and Ruby, the left-hand hitter, just missed it. Those are the scary ones as a pitcher, the ones that are fouled straight back. 2-2. Esposito leading off in foul ground at third. The pitch on the way. And a slider is reached for and fouled away. That was a great pitch from Guest. And an even better job of fouling it off and staying alive. Jet Ruby in an opportunity where a base hit or a forced mistake can give the Pios their first run. Guest delivers. Swinging a little tapper, swinging bunt up the first baseline. The catcher initially, Medrano, didn't see it, but he lets it kick foul anyway. Still 2-2. That was kind of a precarious ball. Looked like a swinging bunt. But that first bounce really just kind of took it out of play near the left-handed batter's box. And it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice battle so far from Jet Ruby. Luke Guest kicks. He wheels around and fires, and it's up and away with the fastball. 3-2. Now, as the sinker, it has a lot of arm side run in addition to that sink. coming from that wicked low three-quarter release point. He's very hard to pick up, but his issues have been when he's not been in the zone. The payoff pitch is swung and popped up on the infield in foul ground. The catcher, it is Madrano. He tosses the mask aside and makes the play out near the third base batter's box, and the inning is over. So Esposito stranded at third, the only hit of the inning, and no runs for the Pioneers. As we head to the second inning, it is 0-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
960 AM and 100.3 FM.
Top of the second inning, 0-0 the score as the right-handed batting Blake Templeton strides in as the DH. Dallin Turner kicks and deals his first pitch, and it misses just below the knees, 1 ball and no strikes. Our key to the game is brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty on every new vehicle from Team Auto. Dallin Turner attacked the zone. That's really been his MO, and he's been successful at that through his first inning of work, and there's a swing and a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Turner struck out 3 of his first 4 hitters that he faced. He allowed a single and stranded a man at third base. 0-0. Either side able to cash in with a runner at third, and there's a swing and a foul back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I should also mention our first pitch of the second inning was brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love at 425 degrees, and don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal. Here's the pitch, and it's inside, nearly hits him. And I think Templeton is a bit surprised that didn't at least get a piece of his pants or jersey. 2-2. Dallin Turner working east to west. Templeton waiting. Infield playing back the pitch. Change up. Called. Strike 3. Jordan Balthazar very nonchalantly rings him up, but that's the 3rd consecutive punch out for Dallin Turner. And that'll bring up Brandon Fry. Fry batting left-handed. In for his first shot against Dallin Turner, who really seems to be locked in so far. Turner has allowed 1 man to reach only this game, and the first pitch is a called strike. Looked like the breaking ball. 0-1. No score here in the second. Nobody on and 1 man out for the left-hand batting Fry. Turner deals. There's a swing and a high pop-up down the third baseline. It carries out of play, though, despite Asensio's best efforts. No balls and 2 strikes. Brendan Fry, also out of the Zoho Community College. Former teammate of the pitcher Luke Guest as he takes outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was the changeup. Dallin Turner, the right-hander, trying to punch out his 5th straight. Here is the offering, and it's up and away. A fastball missing. Might have been a chase pitch. It's 2-2. Turner gets his sign from Lang. He kicks and deals, and there's a swing and a ball lofted in towards center field. Hit pretty well. Back goes Carpenter. Now he squares up, and he makes the play. A catch at about shoulder height. And there are 2 away. Hardest hit ball of the day for the Force so far. Nothing but a loud out, though, and there are 2 gone for Hank Heiselbetz. Hank Heiselbetz, the infielder, batting left-handed, playing shortstop. He's also seen some time at third base. Here's the pitch, and he swings and hits one hard on the ground to second, and it eats up Orr. A nasty hop gets right by him into right field. So that one was really smashed, and Orr unable to make the play there. It was hit very hard, and that's how they're going to score it, a base hit. So Heiselbetz really ambushed Dallin Turner on it on the first pitch, and there will be a man up for Bryson Madrano. Madrano, the catching today, right-hand batter, with Heiselbetz over at first base. Here's the first pitch from Turner, and a swing and a softly hit ball to the left side, charged by Lehman. Asensio tries to cut it off. Now he has to get out of the way. Lehman snaps it to the first in time to get him, and the side is retired. A nice play by Lehman and by Asensio for getting out of the way. He tried to cut that ball off, but that one got past him, and had Asensio not just hit the deck for dear life, I do think that could have interfered with the throw. Nonetheless, that retires the side. A man stranded for the Fort Collins Force for the second straight inning, a scoreless game as we head to the last of the second on the West Coast scoreboard.
We can sum up McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich in one word. Crispy. But also juicy and tender. Okay, it's crispy, juicy, tender. All one word. But then, also pickle. Oh, and potato bun, which is 2 words. Okay, we can't sum up our new crispy chicken sandwich in one word, so you'll just have to try it to understand it. Order ahead on the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
They are presented by Advantage Chiropractic in Scottsbluff, treating all of your chiropractic needs from 0 to 100 years old, athletes and veterans. Dr. Levi Bolin specializes in treating your aches, pains, and injuries. Call today for an appointment and start to get back to better health. Advantage Chiropractic, 633-1425, as that's Brad Halleck swings the first pitch from Luke Guest, and he nicks it foul. No balls, 1 strike. Halleck, a man who can undo this scoreless tie in the second with 1 swing. The 0-1 up and away, a fastball missing. Halleck has 2 home runs this year, and he matched both of them against the Australian Select Colts just a couple of days ago. Here's Guest pitching, and it is called a strike at the knees. And now Halleck is going to have to battle back a bit. Guest, that low 3/4 release, delivers. There's a swing and a bloop down the right field line, falling it in there for a base hit. Over to cut it off, Ruckman. He fields it near the line and flings it in towards second base. Brad Halleck just took what the pitcher gave him. Not his best swing, not his best piece of contact, but a pretty good result. He's on board with the leadoff single. So Brad Halleck is just, everything's falling for him. and what doesn't flies. Halleck at first base for Aiden Orr, left-hand batter. Currently the Pios' leading hitter takes a fastball for a strike right on the outside corner. Halleck at first with Anderson holding. Nobody out. Aiden Orr, left-hand batter, lots of power. Tied with Halleck's lead for 2 home runs on the campaign. Guest pitch is swung and hit foul, 0-2. Pios nothing, Force nothing. The Force made the trip up from Fort Collins, Colorado. Orr waits. Now Guest pitches, and the first changeup that we've seen from him, and it misses off the plate away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Force are a very scrappy team, so it's a little bit unusual to see a ball miss so far out of the zone. There's a foul tip in and out of the glove of Medrano, and Orr gets second life. I say that because they play such sound fundamental baseball. A lot of strikes, a lot of balls in play that turn into outs, and great pitching. 1-2 to Orr with Halleck at first, and Orr strikes out swinging, a filthy slider darting down and in. So that'll be Guest's second strikeout. So now it'll be Jacob Lang. Lang, right-hand batter, has some power. Average at .333 entering this contest. 0-0 the score. Lang, slightly choked up on his bat, swings at the first pitch and comes up empty. Another very sharp slider, and it's 0-1. Lang waits as Guest wheels around and throws and misses way outside with a slider. Medrano had to slide over on his knees to glove it in the opposite batter's box. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield, double play depth. The third baseman Romero playing back and guarding the line. The pitch on the way, a fastball inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lang, one of 3 guys that have caught on the roster. On the depth chart next to Garrett Fisher and Ben Clark. He takes called strike 2. A fastball at the knees with a lot of sinking action. He's been swinging the bat very, very well. 2 hits against Greeley, 2 hits against North Platte, and a hit in Game 1 against Australian Select. There's a swinging strike 3. Caught him flailing at that slider again, and it's 2 straight strikeouts now ahead of Michael Asensio. Brad Halleck, after that leadoff single, has just been going through the motions over there at first. Not a whole lot of speed. There's no balls in play on which to advance. Asensio, right-hand batter, open stance. Big and strong. He's got power as he takes inside. A fastball, 1-0. Asensio is only batting .262, but his on-base percentage is up over 400. As Guest checks first, now he pitches, and there's a swing and a ball off the shin of Asensio. It trickles out to the first base side of the mound where it's picked up. Ruled a foul ball, though. 1-1. The reason for that discrepancy is likely due to the fact that Asensio is not afraid to wear one. He has 6 hit-by pitches this year, and his open stance really feels imposing as he closes up ready for the pitch. So you could possibly get taken aback a bit as a pitcher and miss inside. Sure enough, that's a free pass. Here's the pitch, and there's a shot hit to left field. Starting in now, back a step or 2, Fry. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. So the Pios, much like their Force counterparts, have stranded a pair through the first 2 innings. This time the leadoff single, and nothing more to show for it. No score as we head to the 3rd inning. The Pios and the Force on the West Coast scoreboard.
When you decide to sell your car, there are so many more options than ever before. Do not overlook Team Auto Center as a top-rated buyer for your old vehicle. No need to trade it in on a new one. Team Auto Center will give you a fair market price for your vehicle with no expectation of you purchasing from us. Come experience the difference at Team Auto Center or visit us online at teamautocenter.net.
Hey folks, Dave Ramsey here. If you're looking for a great place to keep your money, I'm a huge fan of local community banks like our friends over at Riverstone Bank. At Riverstone Bank, their decisions are made locally, and Riverstone Bank gives back to the community. Go visit our friends at Riverstone Bank. They are community strong with the same people you know and trust. Visit bankriverstone.com for more information. Riverstone Bank, member FDIC.
Right now at Viera Wireless, we're celebrating the season of our loving moms, our hardworking dads, and our new and hopeful grads. Show them appreciation with one of our best deals ever. Get half off any tablet when you buy a phone with a new or renewed line. That includes the latest generation tablets from Apple and Samsung. You can also get them a new Samsung Galaxy S23 on us when you buy another one with trade-in. For more information, visit your local Viero store today.
Restrictions apply. See store for details.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
So, here now for the third inning. Dallin Turner back on the mound. He's looked very good his first two frames with a quartet of strikeouts, and the first pitch is downstairs to Elijah Louse. Louse playing second base today, right-hand batter. As he waits, and Turner deals, and that one is off the plate somewhere. 2-0. Louse and then the top of the order are due up here in the third. A scoreless game. Turner and Guest looking very good so far. The pitch, and that one's a called strike. So the previous one looked to be more down the middle than that last one. But Turner will certainly take the makeup call. 2-1. Infield playing straight away. The pitch, swinging and a chopper to third. On one high hop to Asensio. He throws to first. Out number one. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, we'll go far, Wells Fargo. Here in the third inning, the Pioneers and the Fort Collins Force playing their only game in this homestand. 1 out, nobody on. For the top of the lineup, Romero, he swings the first pitch again, and it hits one high in the air down the right field line in foul ground, and it carries into the bullpen. Strike one. Jackson Romero, right-hander against right-hander, struck out his previous trip. All knotted up at 0 as Dallin Turner waits for Romero to get back in the box. Here's Turner, pitching. And there's a swing and a roller up along the third base line. Behind the bag, Asensio has it. His long throw to first. In time. Out number two. A couple of bounce outs and a couple of nice plays for Michael Asensio. So 2 straight ground ball outs for Dallin Turner. And that'll bring up Hayden Iverson. Iverson singled and stole a bag and was later stranded at third after a throwing error by Jacob Lang. Base is empty, 2 men out. Here's the pitch. Down and away, fastball missing, 1-0. Both teams have gotten men aboard in each of the first 2 innings. Dallin Turner trying to disrupt that trend by setting down Hayden Iverson. There's a swing and a ball hit in the air to right field. Ranging back Gibbs. Backpedaling a few more steps. Reaches up and makes the one-handed catch. And the inning is over. A nice, quick, and clean inning for Dallin Turner as we head to the last of the third.
Products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
A new pitcher on for the Fort Collins Force in relief of Luke Guest. It appears to be Matthew Oberlander. And indeed, it is. From St. Olaf, listed as a two-way player from that area. A right-handed pitcher and an outfielder on the mound against Luke Guest. Guest with a pretty strong performance. A couple of hits allowed in an even 2 innings, but no runs. This man a little bit easier to pick up, the right-hander. Winds and he throws very slowly now, and a sharp breaking ball up and away, ball 1. The hitter is James Lehman, the on-base percentage leader for the Pioneers. The shortstop, batting left-handed. He hit leadoff in the absence of Coy Carpenter and topped this one on the ground to first, and a tough bounce gets right under the glove of Anderson down the right field line. Lehman takes the turn and heads towards second. The right fielder, as he tries to field it, falls down, and he might be slow to get up. Oh, man. That was an ugly, ugly sight. He came over to pick it up and foul ground, and his ankles just said, nah, not today. So he's down in a heap, and the head coach and athletic trainer are going to give him a check on. No score here in the second inning. A break for the Pioneers, and hopefully not for the Force. Contact Jennifer Urdialis, your local 5-star lender with Castle and Cook Mortgage, for a simple, friendly, and fast loan process for your home purchase or refinance. Contact Jennifer today. Castle and Cook Mortgage, the key to your castle. So, it does appear that Ruckman, the right fielder, is going to get up and leave this game. So, we're going to pause and take a very brief break as we await the defensive replacement. 0-0, the score on the West Coast scoreboard.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
Ready to step into homeownership? Platte Valley Bank can help you take advantage of every adventure. Whether you're building, buying, or moving up, we have the home loan to fit your needs. You have plans, goals, and dreams for your future home? Let our friendly mortgage lenders help guide you down the right path for the perfect home loan. You belong here.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Community banking for you.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
So, Coy Carpenter, who was up, popped the first pitch up in foul ground. The catcher, Madrano, went over to play it, and so did the third baseman, Romero. That was important because when Madrano made the catch, there was nobody at third base, so James Lehman very astutely got up and tagged up. So he's now at third base with one man out for Garrett Esposito. 0-0 the score. The Pios with a runner at third base for the second time this game. There's a pitch missing up and away from Oberlander. It's 1-0. So a couple of defensive changes to be announced in just a moment. Here's the pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball down the first base line, and it just kicks foul. Lehman has to hustle on back to third. The new first baseman is Drew Norson. And the new right fielder, moving from first to right field, is Joel Anderson. So, here's the 1-1 pitch to Esposito, and it is a wide strike given on what looks like a changeup, 1-2. 1 out, runner at third. Pios trying to score first. Here's the pitch on the way. Curve ball swung on and missed. Esposito looked very off balance there. An excellent pitch from Matthew Oberlander, and a crucial out number 2 ahead of Isaiah Gibbs. So Gibbs, hoping to snap this very small skid he has going for himself, waits on the first pitch, and he swings and misses over the top of fastball, 0-1. James Lehman, on at third base, takes his lead in foul ground. The infield's playing back, right-hander against right-hander, and Gibbs swings and misses a filthy changeup, and it's 0-2. James Lehman, after a fortuitous bounce, got past the first baseman, doubled, and the pitch, the 0-2 to Gibbs, is up and in with a fastball, 1-2. Lehman later advanced to third on a very smart base running play in what ended up being a foot race between him and the third baseman Romero. The 1-2 coming to Gibbs, and he swings and misses, strike 3. So that's the second time that Gibbs has been set down on strikes. And Matthew Oberlander, in relief of Luke Guest, notches a pair in the inning to strand Lehman at third base. We head now to the 4th inning. It is 0-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Spring has sprung, and High Plains Spas and Recreation remind you that it's time to de-winterize your boats and RVs. The professionals at High Plains Spas and Recreation not only de-winterize your system, that's flushing the antifreeze, protecting your plumbing in your RV and the cooling system in boats, but they can repair and service all the systems, including the electrical, AC, and heating and plumbing, to ensure that your boat or RV is ready to go when you are. High Plains Spas and Recreation, open 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, 1725 East Overland, Scottsbluff.
Advantage Chiropractic and Acupuncture in Scottsbluff supports the Western Nebraska Pioneers, treating your chiropractic needs from newborn to 100 years old. Dr. Levi Bolin can treat all your hurts, pains, aches, and injuries. If you're experiencing pain in your head, neck, shoulders, arms, mid or lower back, or down your legs, call for an appointment today. Advantage Chiropractic is also fully certified with Optum VA. If you know a veteran that needs chiropractic care, call Levi today. Advantage Chiropractic and Acupuncture, 308-633-1425. Go Pios!
Do you know that Melbeta has a gas station and convenience store? Let me tell you about it. They have both gas and diesel at their pumps. All the little odds and ends you might need so you don't have to run back to town. You can grab some bagged ice as you head out for the day. With their full breakfast menu served from 7 to 10:30 a.m. and coffee, of course. They also have homemade cinnamon rolls made right there. A varying lunch menu is served from 11 to 1. Stop by Highway 92 Pit Stop in Melbeta. We'd love to get to know you better.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
So both pitchers have looked, well, I should say all three, both teams' pitching staffs have looked very good. Dallin Turner back on the mound. It's been a tandem effort from the Fort Collins force so far. Luke Guest, a couple of innings of shutout ball, and then Matthew Oberlander stranding a runner at third. Dallin Turner, his first pitch to Joel Anderson, now in right field, is downstairs for ball 1. 0-0. Here on the top of the 4th inning, the pitch on the way. A called strike. Slider at the knees. We're at the point in the day where it's clear enough and sunny enough that the shadows are starting to be a problem for the hitters. The area between the pitcher's mound and home plate is scattered with it's kind of sun splashed with some shadows interspersed between, as the one is dribbled foul down the third base line. So it's very hard to pick up as a hitter really what kind of pitch is coming out of the hand of a guy like Dallin Turner, who loves his slider so much. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Joel Anderson. The pitch on the way. It is a little bit inside. Joel Anderson perhaps tried to sell it. Pretty good crowd here on this Tuesday night. Beautiful weather here. Action in a youth game happening beyond the left field wall on the Legion Field. There's strike 3 called, a slider in at the knees. Strikeout number 5 for Dallin Turner. He's rolling. And that'll bring up Ruckman. Russell's Automotive, your family-owned go-to for all your quality automotive repair needs. Russell's Automotive. The left-hander Ruckman in for his second appearance. Red Sox with blue and white stripes in between, one of the old school patterns of the St. Louis Cardinals back in the day. There's a called strike, a fastball, and it's 0-1. 0-0. The Pios and the Force all knotted up a third of the way through this one. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Curveball, called strike 2, one that just flopped in there about belt high. So Turner really attacking the zone even the second time through the order. Here's the pitch. Outside, a slider missing. Trying to get that backdoor strike, but just couldn't quite get it close enough to entice a swing. 1-2. Turner kicks and deals, and there's a ball hit up and out of play down the left side. This is really shaping up to be a nice outing for Turner, and the first strong outing in a while from Pios starting pitching. The exception being Colin Flowers just a couple of days ago against the Australian Select Colts. Lately, the starting pitching's been very inconsistent, so a good sign from Turner is there's a swing and a pop-up down the third base side, quickly running out of room. Lang chasing over, same with Asensio, and it bangs off the metal bleachers of general admission. Still 1-2. It's been the bullpen and it's been the offense for the Pios in their recent victories. They have won 4 in a row and are now 16-4 on the year. A very similar track record as of late for the Fort Collins Force. They are 11-3, having won 10 straight. The 1-2. Up and away, a fastball missing, 2-2. Then Ruckman, who has been actually removed from this game. Instead, it is Drew Norson, left-hand batter. The pitch on the way. Curveball just misses, and it's 3-2. One man out, nobody on. Ruckman, after being lifted in favor of Drew Norson due to injury. Norson, this is his first plate trip against Turner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a shot hooked foul down the first base line. It was hit hard, but I think he got off the end of the bat a little bit. Just kind of steered it foul. Still 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch again. Swing and a high drive to deep right field. Gibbs ranging back toward the warning track, toward the wall. He leaps, and he made the catch. Oh, what a play by Gibbs. And that one, I do believe, robs Norson of a home run. We've seen him do it all year with the bat, and now the play of the season so far with the glove. A scintillating display of defensemanship by Isaiah Gibbs, and that keeps the game scoreless for Blake Templeton. That might be the play of the year so far. I've already said that, but I firmly believe it, at least on the defensive side of things. Now, Templeton has something in his eye, so Jordan Balthazar, the home plate umpire, is going to give him a minute. Here's the pitch, and it's a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Templeton struck out in his previous trip, so he's 0-1. The DH, right-hander against right-hander, and there's a swing and a shot hit to left field starting back. Now coming in, Esposito reaches up and makes the catch. About chest high, and the side is retired. Couple of loud outs and a scintillating defensive play by Isaiah Gibbs to rob Drew Norson of a home run. We head now to the last of the fourth. The game's still scoreless on the West Coast scoreboard.
We can sum up McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich in one word. Crispy. But also juicy and tender. Okay, it's crispy, juicy, tender. All one word. But then, also pickle. Oh, and potato bun, which is 2 words. Okay, we can't sum up our new crispy chicken sandwich in one word, so you'll just have to try it to understand it. Order ahead on the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
So we are in the last of the fourth inning. The batter will be Jet Ruby, and he's already down in the count, 0-2. The right-hander Matthew Oberlander on the mound, lines and throws. And that one is off the outside by about a ball and a half. 1-2. 0-0 the score after Isaiah Gibbs robbed a home run in the previous inning, so the Pios looking to capitalize on the momentum. And a change-ups in the dirt scoots right between the legs of the catcher Medrano. 2-2. Ruby, Halleck, and Orr, the 4, 5, 6 hitters, due up for the Pios. The pitch outside. 3-2. A nice at-bat being put together by a very disciplined Jet Ruby. Ruby, left-hand batter, got some power and not afraid to take his walks. Here's the payoff, and he reaches for one and lifts it foul. Just kind of fillets it off the end of his bat toward the third base dugout. 3-2. One more time. Infield's playing straight away. Oberlander working with the shadows on his side. Deals. And Ruby swings and misses strike three. The ball pops out of the glove of Medrano, but he quickly tags out Ruby before he can even make a break for it. Third straight strikeout for Matthew Oberlander. So I don't know if it's the shadows or if it's just these guys are nasty, but Luke Guest and Matt Oberlander have struck out 6 of the first, I believe, 10 outs they've recorded. There's a swing and a miss by Halleck on a first pitch breaking ball. 0-1. Halleck singled his first trip and was stranded there. There have been a lot of runners left aboard, a man in each of the first 3 frames for the Pios. The 0-1. Up and in. Fastball missing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Both sides have had their opportunities. The most promising for the Force was in the first inning, with the runner at third and 2 men out. There's fastball missing low and away. It looked like the home plate umpire Balthazar was going to ring up Halleck on strike 2, but it popped out of the glove of Medrano and trickled gently away. You won't get those calls. Oftentimes on borderline pitches if you can't squeeze it. 2-1 to Halleck. Here's Oberlander pitching, and the big breaking ball misses inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. A hitter's count for Halleck, who's been swinging a real hot bat lately. A couple of homers his last time out. The 3-1 on the way is in the dirt, ball 4. So Halleck works the 1-out walk. First walk of the game. And that'll bring up Aiden Orr. Nothing the score here in the 4th inning. Floyd's Truck Center, your commercial, farm, and feed truck center, representing Freightliner, Western Star, and Harsh. Located at 322 South Beltline Highway, east in Scottsbluff, Floyd's Truck Center. There's a first pitch fastball down and away, in the dirt, in fact, 1 ball and no strikes. Halleck finding himself taking a lead from first base, the second time he's done so. That one's low and inside, another breaking ball, missing badly to Aiden Orr. Halleck, not a lot of speed over there, not somebody you look at and say, yep, that guy's going to steal a lot of bases, and that's not been the case this year at all for him. More known for power and defense than speed. There's a swing and a smash right past the head of Oberlander and into center field. He had to hit the deck for dear life there. The center fielder Iverson comes up with it. On the play, Halleck to second base, Aiden Orr with a rocket of a single. And Oberlander had to hit the deck as a means of self-preservation there. 2 runners on. The first time that either side has had multiple men aboard in an inning. And now Jacob Lang. Lang, right-hander against right-hander. He struck out his last time up. That was against Luke Guest. He takes a called strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Halleck at second, Orr at first. No score, infield playing for 2. Here's the kick and pitch. And a changeup, a low strike given. And it's 0-2. Michael Asensio waiting out on deck. Pios with another opportunity, this time with a couple men on. Lang chokes way up on his bat. 2.5 inches or so. There's a pitch. And it just missed. That one could have gone either way. A good changeup at the bottom. And perhaps a little bit below the zone. Oberlander checks second, where Halleck leads off. The pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Lang chases the breaking ball for the second straight at bat. 4th strikeout of the game for Oberlander. And now 2 men out for Asensio. The Pioneers entering 16-4, trying to win their 5th game in a row. But to do that, they'll have to snap the Fort Collins Force 10-game winning streak. Michael Asensio waits the first pitch. Down and away. There was a little bit of a hesitation that time in the delivery of Oberlander. Kind of kicked his leg up, sat there for a moment, and then went down the mountain. The 1-0 on the way is a swing and a foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Asensio really smoked the ball his previous trip, but it was right at the left fielder Fry. With a couple of men on, he'll certainly take another hard hit ball, but hopefully this one will turn into a hit. 2 runners on, the pitch. Down and away in the dirt, in fact. A nice block from Madrano on the breaking ball. 0-0. Pios and the Force knotted. Both sides have threatened, but no threat more promising than the Pios right here in this frame. The pitch is a check swing and a miss. Man, those shadows must be devastating. That was kind of a check swing on a pitch down the middle. A breaking ball, albeit, but Asensio really having a hard time picking that one up. Oberlander delivers. And Asensio swings and hits one softly towards shortstop. Charged by Heiselbetz. His throw to first is offline. It pulls the foot of Norson off the bag. That one a tough play. Heiselbetz charged and kind of rushed his throw. That's going to be an E6 and the bases are loaded. So the Pios catch a break, and now they're leading on base threat, James Lehman. Lehman hit a dribbler up the first base line that scooted under the glove of the prior first baseman, Anderson. The first pitch is swung on and missed. Over the top of fastball with some sink, it's 0-1. Pios with the bases loaded. A walk, a hit, and now an error against Matthew Oberlander. Lehman waits. Left-hand batter. And he takes a called strike 2 right on the outside corner. So Lehman's going to have to battle from behind. Oberlander looks in, gets his sign. His 0-2 pitch is a foul back to the screen. A hanging breaking ball out over the plate. Lehman really was timed up to that pitch, but he did not get the barrel to it. Still 0-2. Halleck, Orr, and Asensio, the base runners from third to first. Here's the pitch. It is high. Fastball missing. Lehman with such a good eye, an easy take for him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield playing back now. The corner infielders guarding the lines. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. A filthy off-speed pitch. And a very difficult strikeout. James Lehman is set down by way of the K. So when it's all said and done, Oberlander strikes out the side, and the Pios leave him loaded as we head to the 5th inning in a scoreless game on the West Coast scoreboard.
Ever watch someone sleeping and hear them snoring or stop breathing? Do you have trouble getting out of bed in the morning? Good restorative sleep is the key to a happy life and the foundation of good health. Need a sleep study? Choose Western Sleep Medicine. Rediscover the rest you need. Our philosophy is simple. Do the right thing and do it every time. Through the years, we've earned the trust of many, and we hope to meet you if you need our help. Western Sleep Medicine, Western CPAP Supply and Sweet Dreams Sleep Clinic, quietly changing lives one night at a time.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
You know, Floyd's Truck Center began with a single operation in Scottsbluff. Today, the company serves the trucking industry with 9 locations, and at all 9, you will find service departments with factory-trained technicians, fully stocked parts departments, and knowledgeable staff. So when you're on the road in Sydney, Cheyenne, Casper, Gillette, Rock Springs, Rapid City, Fort Pierre, or Belgrade, Montana, service and convenience are just ahead with Floyd's Truck Center.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
We are now in the 5th inning, live from the Logos broadcast booth. My name is Carson Trail. Stop into Logos, and the guys will custom design it, print it, and have it ready for the game. There is no job too big or small for Logos, located in downtown Gering. Scoreless game as the first pitch to the left-handed batting Brandon Fry is swung on and missed, strike 1. Mapayos with the foremost threat of this game so far could not come through with the bases loaded, and there's a changeup down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fry, Heiselbetz, and Madrano, the hitters, due up. Michael Asensio playing just behind the baseline there, respecting the possibility that Fry will try to lay one down. The pitch is a swing and a bouncer foul off the dugout of the visiting Fort Collins Force. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Force are a very established program in the Mile High Baseball League. They have multiple youth teams, including a high school team as Turner steps off. And they've really cultivated a culture that plays fundamentally sound and scrappy baseball. That's a large part of why they've been able to win 10 in a row, because they're never out of a game. There's a fastball down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on the scoreboard is listed as 3-1, but I do believe that the hitter Fry swung at the first pitch, and there it is, and is swung on and missed, strike 3. So indeed it was 2-2. And now it's 2-3. Brandon Fry has struck out for the 6th of the day for Dallin Turner. So now it'll be Heiselbeck. Heiselbeck, the shortstop, smoked the first pitch past Aiden Orr for a single his last time up. 0-0. The first pitch is swung on and missed. A filthy curveball. The antidote to an ambush approach is a first pitch breaking ball more often than not. Here's Turner, the 1-strike pitch. It is a bit low and perhaps a bit off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hank Heiselbetz, left-hander against the right-hander Turner. Turner with one of the best outings of the year by any pitcher. There's a swing and a smash, foul. Just past the first base bag. Only missing it by a half a foot. And it's 1-2. The game is still scoreless. Not only because the pitching's been fantastic, but because of a robbed home run. Isaiah Gibbs brought one back. And Drew Norson was deprived of a home run. There's a pitch just a bit outside, a fastball, and it's even at 2. Hank Heiselbetz, the native Oklahoman. Slightly open stance on the left side. The 2-2 pitch is a changeup down below the knees, so he's working the count full. Heiselbetz has taken some of the better at-bats of the game for either side. A hard hit ball back in the second inning. And now a full count against Dallin Turner. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike three. Blew a fastball right by him. Strikeout number 7 for Turner. And up next will be Bryson Medrano. Boy, Turner really has his best stuff going. He's had multiple strikeouts now in these 2 innings, and he's set down 9 in a row. The last man to reach base against him was Heiselbetz. So 2 outs, bases empty, in a scoreless game for Medrano. Medrano catching today. Right-hand batter. The pitch. And he swings over the top of changeup, and it's 0-1. Well, we all know that Turner has nasty stuff. And I do think that the shadows are playing a factor into how exactly hitters are trying to pick him up. The 1-strike pitch is swung on and missed. A half-hearted attempt. Medrano offered at it like he was swinging a piñata. 0-2. Turner trying to strike out the side. He looks in. Doesn't like his first or his second sign from Lang. Now he sets. Here's the 0-2, and it is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 8 for Dallin Turner, and he sets down the side, all on the punch-out. 10 in a row retired for Turner. His outstanding outing continues as we head now to the last of the 5th. Halfway done in a scoreless game on the West Coast scoreboard.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
Last of the 5th inning, a new arm on the mound for the Fort Collins Force. It's going to be Adrian Short from Western Nebraska Community College. Look at that. That's his listed school, the native facing against a team that perhaps one day he'll look to play for. The right-hander. High 3/4 release points, got a pretty good fastball, and he'll face the top of the lineup, Carpenter, Esposito, and Gibbs. The Pios have played a great game on defense and in terms of pitching, but their offense at times has left something to be desired. So far, they have stranded 6 in their first 4 innings. And Coy Carpenter, one of their significant on-base threats, trying to give the Pios more opportunities to try to get on top in this one. 0-0 the score. The Fort Collins Force playing an excellent game, having won their last 10 straight. The Pios trying to win their 5th in a row. The first pitch to Carpenter, way up and outside from Adrian Short, 1-0. Matthew Oberlander's final line, 2 hits, a walk, no runs, and 5 strikeouts in 2 innings pitched. Here's the pitch, and it is outside to Carpenter. 2 balls, no strikes. Carpenter, the veteran center fielder, waits, and he swings at a fastball That was one to hit, but he was a bit late on it. 2 balls and 1 strike. Carpenter, Esposito, and Gibbs. As the tall Adrian Short winds and throws, it's fouled away 2-2. Adrian Short, his height is not listed on the roster, but the eye test would suggest that he does not really live up to his name. The 2-2 pitch is a little bit outside and perhaps high. 3-2. Short's a very physical guy. I'd expect he's probably like 6'4 or 6'5. The payoff to Coy Carpenter is hit off his hands, lifted out of play, down the left side. Three and 2. Carpenter waiting. The payoff pitch on its way is lifted out of play again. Another late swing, just kind of a swing to stay alive as opposed to doing any damage. Carpenter 0 for 2 today, trying to reach base any way he can against Adrian Short. The pitch on the way is swung on and missed, strike 3. A letter-high fastball, just challenged in that time. And Adrian Short's outing begins with a strikeout. So the Pios have been getting set down by punch-outs a lot more than they usually do. I do believe that is the 9th strikeout of the game. And we're only in the 5th inning. Now Garrett Esposito swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. That might have been a bit off the plate. No balls and 1 strike. 0-0. The game's still scoreless here in the last of the 5th. The pitch is reached for again. A fastball away, and it's strike 2. Pitching and defense is the game for the Fort Collins Force, and that's been on display. There's a fastball missing down and away, ball 1. That's been really exemplified over the course of their winning streak and over the course of these first 4+ innings. The 1-2 to Esposito is swung on and missed, a changeup way outside that he offered at, and I think he might tell you he shouldn't have. Strike 3, second strikeout of the day for Esposito. So Adrian Short has set down the first 2 men he's faced by way of the punch-out. And now Isaiah Gibbs. Ryan's Welding, selling PJ Texas trailers in a wide variety of sizes, as well as offering a full-service welding shop. Ryan's Welding. Isaiah Gibbs takes the first pitch breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1. Gibbs, a bit uncharacteristically, is 0 for his last 6. And his last 2 at-bats have been strikeouts. And that one, I think that missed in front of the dirt of home plate. It took 1 big bounce, and it hopped right over the catcher, Medrano. So kind of a cricket bowl missing. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gibbs. The pitch, a fastball up and away. Ball 2. Adrian Short looks like he's trying to throw a bit too hard. The intent is there, but the effort a bit too much so. The pitch is off the inside corner, 3-1. 2 outs, bases empty. Gibbs trying to work his way on base for the first time this game. The hitter's count pitch is reached for and bounced to second. Into field at Louse. He straightens up, and he throws him out at first. Not the piece of contact that Gibbs was possibly looking for. We now head to the 6th inning in a scoreless game. A pitching duel in full swing on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fender bender, hailstorm, couldn't stop on the ice in time? After everyone is safe, Scottsbluff Body and Paint should be the first call you make. There isn't a better shop in the area. Our highly skilled team is experienced at performing all auto body repair and paint jobs. Stop by anytime and speak to one of our technicians, and we'll do a full inspection to show you just how little our repair services will cost you. Our work is not complete until your car is safe and you're on the road again. Call today, Scottsbluff Body and Paint, 225-6408.
FNBO free checking is checking that's actually free. No fees or minimums, and now no overdraft fees. It's ever so personal, with people to help every step of the way. And easy, with a mobile app that allows you to deposit checks and manage your account wherever you are. So make the switch so you can do more with the Great Big Small Bank. Visit fnbo.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO Free Checking. It's ever so free. Member FDIC.
Mitchell Concert in the Park, Saturday, July 1st, noon to dark. Live music brought to you by Hins Mobile Home and Holistic Wellness Massage. Vendors, food truck, ice cream social, and fireworks at dark, inflatables, and jelly ball. Join us Saturday, July 1st for Concert in the Park in Mitchell. Thank you to our sponsors, About Time Clockmaking, State Farm Agent Ed McNulty, the City of Mitchell, BNC Steel, Red's Bar and Grill, and Western Trails Health and Wellness.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
Top 6 here at Oregon Trail Park from the Logos broadcast booth. I'm Carson Trail. Dallin Turner is still on the mound. He's been very effective through his first 5 innings of work, and he's retired 10 in a row. He'll face Laus, Romero, and Iverson, the 9-1 and 2 hitters of the Fort Collins Force. Turner, right-hander against right-hander, deals. And the first pitch is lined, a little flare out toward right field, ranging over Isaiah Gibbs, who hops up and makes a chest-high catch. Laus really didn't quite get that one off the barrel. Looked like the fastball beat him a little bit. Isaiah Gibbs able to haul it in for the first out of the 6th inning. Now Jackson Romero. Romero, actually Brad Halleck's former teammate at University of Northern Colorado. He waits and takes low and away a changeup, 1-0. 0-0 the score. Romero 0 for 2 in his efforts today. Infield's playing straight away. Here's Turner delivering. And a changeup misses off the plate and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Base is empty. Nobody out in a scoreless game. Turner trying to challenge him here. Get something in the zone. And there's a swing and a ball hit in the air down the right field line. Chasing over Gibbs. He looks up and it's over his head. 1 hop up against the wall. He turns around and fires it in towards second on 1 hop. He made it a pretty close play. But nonetheless, it is Jackson Romero pulling into second with a 1-out double. And now the ball gets away from the pitcher. Dallin Turner on the throw back to him, and that will allow the runner to advance to third. Boy, what happened there? I put my head down trying to write everything in the scorebook, and it might have been an errant throw. How are they going to score this? Certainly going to be a double, but now he's at third base with 1 out. So now they're going to pull the infield in. Hayden Iverson, who's 1 for 2 today with a single, an opportunity to scratch across the game's first run. Jackson Romero, after a hit and a defensive mistake, he's at third base. The first pitch is hit in the air, foul down the right field line, out of play. Nothing in 1 the count. A big spot here in the top of the 6th. Turner looks in. Here's the 0-1, and it is down and away. Tried to be too fine with the fastball. 1-1. It's been a pitching duel so far. The Pios have had chances, and now the Fort Collins Force with their most promising one since the first. The pitch, called, strike 2, a changeup right in there at the knees. Turner looks in, pitching for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. It is taken off the plate away. A changeup, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dallin Turner with his best outing of the year. Still would love to prevent that first run of the game from scoring. 2-2. Here's the pitch. It is strike 3 called. A changeup right in there at the knees. A big spot for Turner's 9th strikeout. And now it'll take a base knock or a defensive mistake for the Force to get their first run. It'll be Joel Anderson to hit. Right-hand batter 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks today. The error that allowed Toronto to advance that far was on James Lehman. So an E6, the second of the game for the Pios. The first pitch, he squares the bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes a strike. 2 outs, a man at third. It is Romero who doubled and advanced on a throwing error. Dallin Turner looks in. Sets out the shoulders. How he pitches. In the dirt, and it gets away from Lang over toward the first base on deck circle, and that will allow the run to score. So that is a very unfortunate way for the first tally to come across in this one. An unearned run against Dallin Turner, and now in a 1-1 count, we'll just have to see if he can finish strong and retire Joel Anderson. Action in the Pios bullpen. The left-hander Jacob Meade getting stretched out. The 1-1 is at the knees, called strike 2. Turner, the opportunity to get into double digits with the strikeout. The 1-2 on the way. It is a little bit below the knees, a breaking ball, 2-2. That was close, but not close enough. Infields with 2 outs and nobody on, playing back. A run already in on a double, an error, and a wild pitch. Here's a breaking ball inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Joel Anderson. Turner looks in. Here's the pitch, and it is hit hard on the ground to the left side. Lehman to his backhand side, throws on the run to first base. It's way offline, and Halleck wisely comes off the bag to prevent that from bouncing into right field. It'll be an infield single, and Anderson is aboard. Some consolation that that run would have scored either way. Wild pitches are always probably the most frustrating way to allow a run to score. Anderson at first ahead of Drew Norson. Norson came on as a defensive replacement, and he launched a ball to right field that was robbed by Isaiah Gibbs of being a home run. 1-0, the Pios now trail. Norson for his second trip takes a strike, a fastball in the inside corner. Anderson at first, a threat to run. Halleck, the man holding him on. Here's Turner pitching, and a fastball fouled up and out of play down the left side. It's 0-2. The shadows are beginning to creep in still, as the thunder clouds off to straightaway center are looming on the horizon. It's still a very pleasant night for baseball, though. As Turner, runner goes, pitch is taken outside. The throw to second. Picked, or not picked out of the dirt by Lehman. It goes into center field. It goes to Carpenter. Carpenter wheels and fires toward third base to put the runner going, and it is not in time. So Lehman just a little bit late to cover the bag again. Lang had unleashed the throw, and Lehman was barely getting himself settled over there at second base. It'll be a stolen base and another E2. So now another runner at third. And now Tyson Ellis, the pitching coach, is going to come out and have a word with Dallin Turner. Dooley Oil has been providing great service since 1968. They are your distributor for premium Shell lubricants and Howes fuel additive for Wyoming, Nebraska, and Colorado. Extreme diesel fuel provider, Dooley Oil is for the 3-state region. Dooley Oil. Pios trailing 1-0. A double, an error, a wild pitch, and then a single. Dallin Turner trying to get out of the 6th inning with further damage. Trying to send the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to the plate for the Pios, trailing by just the 1. Up next, Drew Norson. Norson returning to the box with the 1-2 count. Turner looks at third, delivers. Swing and a hard hit ball up the middle to his backhand side, or has it? He kicks it and has no play. A very late throw to first in the dirt. And it would have been a tough play to get him anyway, but that, I do believe, is going to be another error. The fourth of the game allows the second run to score. So no run batted in for Norson. And that is going to be how Dallin Turner's day reaches an unceremonious end. And it looks like he's hurting. He is bending down, and this is not good. He's grasping at what I hope is not his right elbow. I don't think he got hit by that when he grabs his glove and walks off the mound. But, man, hopefully he's all right. The Pio is trailing by 2, but much bigger fish to fry here as Turner is removed from this game. Man, you hate to see it. We'll pause for the pitching change. Jacob Hamid is coming on in relief. 2-0 the Pios trail on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver. Leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets. Order online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Your home is the place where you know your loved ones are secure. But the things that keep your home protected can't keep pests at bay. That's where RAID comes in. For 60 years, RAID scientists have worked to protect people around the world. With trusted research, ingredients, testing standards, and product efficacy, RAID seeks to create a better future for all. Especially the ones you love most. RAID. Protection for all.
Man, flies are annoying, aren't they? Especially when there could be 2,000 of them sitting on each cow in your herd. This can lead to stress that ultimately cuts down into your bottom line. And that's even more annoying. Using Purina Wind and Rain Mineral with fly control can help cut down the hornfly population. And it doesn't clump up, so there's no waste. Which means you can get less of that annoying fly buzz and more of that good buzz when people see how great your cattle look. Feed with greatness with Purina Wind, Rain, and Mineral with fly control. Learn more at Marker Ag at 718 21st Avenue in Scotts Bluff, or call us at 633-1057, or like us on Facebook.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
So still in the top of the sixth inning, an unfortunate sight to see Dallin Turner depart, but I believe is with an injury. He did so well his final line. 5 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, neither of which were earned, no walks, and 9 strikeouts. So right as he's starting to figure it out on his year, which has been tumultuous, it looks like he is departing with an injury. So now Jacob Hamid is on to relieve him. Hamid, the left-hander. He's got electric stuff. So despite him occasionally not having, pinpoint command of the zone, he has still been very, very effective. Let's take a look at what Meade has done this year. A 5.58 earned run average in 9 2/3 innings pitched. 7 runs, 6 of which were earned. 14 walks to 13 strikeouts. So he can get a wild hair up his nose every now and then. He started his last appearance. And he's really at his best when he has command of the zone. He's got a wipeout breaking ball, kind of a sweeping curveball, and a fastball that at times has touched 95. So he's really got great stuff. And he'll face Blake Templeton. Drew Norson is at first base, not accredited with the run batted in after he reached on an error. 2 outs, 2-0 the Pios trail, and the first pitch is a fastball missing down low. It has some sink. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Templeton was 0 for 2 against Turner. Now facing off against the lefty Meade. The pitch is swung on and missed, a bowling ball sinker. And it's 1-1. I say bowling ball. If a heavy sinker, a good sinker, is a bowling ball, then Jacob Meade throws a wrecking ball. The guy who gets a lot of ground ball contact, a lot of swings and misses. The pitch is called strike 2 on the outside corner. 2 runs across for the Fort Collins force on a couple of errors. A trio of errors, in fact. Jacob Mead trying to prevent this game from falling apart at the seams. The pitch. A sharp slider in the dirt, blocked by Jacob Lang. 2-2. 4, 5, 6 hitters due for the Pioneers. Mead doesn't like his first sign from Lang, nor his second. Now he sets. At the letters, he checks first. The kick and pitch, and a little dribbler up the first base side. A lot of spin on it, and the batter Templeton just throws his bat aside as Brad Halleck just fielded it and took a couple of steps to the bag himself. Man, Blake Templeton had a jam sandwich, and his hands are still hurting. He shakes them and tries to wring off the pain as he walks back to the mound. So ultimately, 2 runs on 2 hits and 3 errors for the Fort Collins force. We head to the last of the 6th inning. It is 2-0. The Pios now trail on the West Coast scoreboard.
Come on out to the Camp Clark Stampede Rodeo in Bridgeport, July 3rd and 4th. Performances both nights at 7:30. Wild horse race with a $500 added purse, $100 entry. Fireworks both nights provided by Fireworks Unlimited and the Bridgeport Volunteer Fire Department. Enjoy the beer garden, dance to the Jim Rice Band following the rodeo the night of the 3rd with free admission. Brought to you by Nutrient Ag Solutions, Platte Valley Bank, K&EB, PT Hose and Bearing, Titan Machinery, Valley Tire and Service, and ZM Lumber Company.
Hi, this is Alexandria with the Emporium Express. As spring is slowly making its way to the valley, your fair weather schedule is sure to be blossoming, along with your gardens. Let us take the pressure of breakfast off of your plate. Spinach and feta croissants, breakfast sandwiches, scones, and Danish, the raspberry glazed being my personal favorite, all baked fresh daily, are an excellent way to kick off your busy morning schedule, along with your always made with love cup of coffee and a smile from our wonderful staff. Happy gardening, and we'll see you soon.
Quality care from renowned specialists is closer than you think at Morrill County Community Hospital in Bridgeport. Dr. Greg Wilroy is accepting patients at Morrill County Hospital Clinic. Dr. Wilroy is board certified in physical medicine and rehabilitation and specializes in pain medicine. To learn more of his services and to schedule an appointment, you may call 308-262-1755 or 586-1717 or log on to morrillcountyhospital.com. Morrill County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
So, Jet Ruby on the first pitch on the second pitch after a wild miss for ball 1, pops one down the third base line. Romero in foul ground rages after it and near the edge of the fence, hops up, makes the catch, and then tumbles to the ground. He hung on, and although he was a bit slow to get up, he seems to be in good shape. So Jet Ruby is retired for the second time on a foul pop. And that'll bring up Brad Halleck. 2-0, the Pios are trailing after a couple of unearned runs came across in the top of the 6th inning. Halleck waiting as Adrian Short delivers and almost hits him with a breaking ball, missing well inside, 1-0. The Pios have had their chances, but it's the ones that they've given up, both on offense and on defense, that have been the difference in this game. There's a strike with a breaking ball, 1-1. They left the bases loaded back in the 4th inning. And then a couple of errors. There's a swing and a shot hit down the right field line. That's going to get down, base hit. Racing over to cut it off Anderson. He can't get to it. It goes to the wall. Halleck, lumbering around first, will pull into second with a stand-up double. Boy, Halleck is really swinging a good bat these days. 2 home runs in the previous contest, and now 3 times aboard on 2 hits. The Pios with some life. And now it'll be up to Aiden Orr to capitalize on that. 1 out, runner at second. Orr, who's 1 for 2 today, facing Adrian Short, the student at Western Nebraska Community College. His first pitch is rolled down the first base line, foul. Two runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Fort Collins. No runs, 4 hits, and 4 errors, 3 in the previous frame for the Pios. Aiden Orr committed one of those. He was eager to make up for it here. There's a swing and a ball lifted out of play, 0-2. Runner at second, Halleck. Not a whole lot of speed. Taking a pretty good lead, though, with the shortstop Heiselbetz holding. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed strike 3. Adrian Short with a filthy changeup. And there are 2 retired. That's his 3rd strikeout. The strikeouts really piling up today for the Pios. And that's mostly a credit to the Fort Collins pitching staff. They have really been twirling it. As now the right fielder is brought in. That is Anderson. Jacob Lang is the hitter with 2 strikeouts to his name so far. Trying to get the Pios at least on the board here in the 6th. Halleck at second, 2 men out now. Adrian Short pitches. And the first pitch fastball over for strike 1. Lang's had a rough day at the plate so far. He struck out twice on a couple of pitches, not all that close to the zone. Still trying to measure it up. Here's the 0-1. And he swings and hits one hard on the ground, and a nice job of smothering it by Norson. He underhands to the pitcher covering. After recovering, and it's in time for out number 3. A nice approach and a hard hit ball for Lang, but nothing to show for it. The Pios once again are turned away. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and demand left as we head to the 7th inning. 2-0 the Pios trail on the West Coast scoreboard.
Stock up for 4th of July cook-ups with hot deals at Menards. Get 11% off plus great sale prices on food, snacks, and beverages. 4-pound Sprecher Craft sodas are just $3.49 after rebate. Save big on paper plates, napkins, and plastic cups too. Plus, grills and outdoor furniture on sale. A 3-burner gas grill is just $159.99 after rebate. Good through July 4th. Savings are mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Mark your calendars for the 35th Annual Regional West Foundation Golf Scramble, Monday, July 10th at the Scottsbluff Country Club. All proceeds from the 4-player scramble will go toward a new Varian Edge linear accelerator for the Cancer Treatment Center at Regional West. To register your team or become a sponsor, call Regional West Foundation at 308-630-1485. Or for more information, visit regionalwestfoundation.org. Regional West. Exceptional healthcare. Our focus is you.
FNBO is the great big small bank, and for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
We're already in the 7th inning here at Oregon Trail Park. I'm Carson Trail, live from the Logos broadcast booth. This is the only game to be played in the midweek for the Pioneers. They have tomorrow and Thursday off. And then the North Platte Plainsmen come to town for a 6:35 p.m. first pitch. That is on Friday. Saturday, the Pios play the U.S. Military War Dogs. That game once again to commence at 6:35. And then Sunday, Monday is a 3-game, 2-day road trip. Jacob Meade back to the mound here in the 7th inning. 2-0 the Pios trail. And they've been unable to scratch anything across really against the Fort Collins Force pitching staff. The first man up against Jacob Meade is Brandon Fry, a left-hand batter. A couple of lefties due up against Meade, Fry, Heiselbetz, and then Madrano, a right-handed batter. Meade deals his first pitch. He shows to bunt, offers at it, and misses on a curveball. Strike 1. Two runs on 4 hits only for the Fort Collins Force. They've been helped out by 4 Pios errors. And there's a swing and a shot hooking down the right field line. And Gibbs giving chase. He looks up, and it's over his head. A couple of bounces up against the wall. He picks it up on the warning track and fires it in towards second base. Aiden Orr cuts it off, but it's a leadoff double for Brandon Fry, lefty against lefty. Made such an uncomfortable at bat, and Brandon Fry has pieced him up. This has been such a big part of why the Fort Collins Force have been able to scratch across so many runs and have been able to win so many games. They are 11-3, winning 10 in a row. And now Hank Heiselbetz. Brad Halligan at first base, guarding against the bunt. The same can be said for Asensio. Heiselbetz waits, does not square around. The first pitch is swung on and missed, strike one. 2-0. The Pios behind and hoping to avoid what could be a dagger of a third run. They've been very prolific offensively, but today the bats have fallen silent, especially with runners in scoring position. The pitch. Now Heiselbetz squares. It is in the dirt, smothered by Lang. He thought about making a snap throw to second, and he's lucky that that ball didn't get by him entirely. 1 ball, 1 strike to Heiselbetz. Fry at second, nobody out. Here's Meade. From the stretch. He deals, he squares the bunt, he pops it up, and foul ground down the third base side. It is going to fall out of play, though, despite the efforts of Lang and of Michael Asensio. 1-2. Now Meade's an opportunity where he can really play to his strengths and pitch to a strikeout. Runner at second. A walking lead for Fry, with Lehman playing close enough to hold him on. Here's the 1-2. It is below the knees, missing with the fastball. 2-2. The count even as Jacob Meade looks in to the other Jacob Lang. 2-2. The pitch on the way is hit in the air to deep left center field, ranging over Esposito. He reaches up and makes the catch. He quickly turns around and fires it in towards second base. And Brandon Fry was not tagging on the play, so a good piece of contact for Heiselbetz. But he's set down for the second time today, falling to 1 for 3. Now, Bryson Medrano. 2-0, the Pios trail. Fort Collins with 2 unearned runs across against Dallin Turner, who departed the game later with injury. Jacob Meade now facing Medrano. The catcher for today, 0 for 2 in today's action. And he takes a fastball down low, 1 ball, no strikes. The Pioneers have gotten an outstanding outing from Dallin Turner today, and we hope that he'll be able to give the team just a little bit more later on down the line. The 1-0 pitch from Meade is bounced on the ground down the third baseline, foul. So Turner stole the show today, but ordinarily it's the Pios bullpen that has been the more dominant of the two parts of the staff. They miss a ton of bats, they'll issue some walks, but they punch a lot of tickets. Meade's 1-1 pitch. Curveball. Called. Strike 2. Snap throw to second. Almost catches everybody off guard, particularly the runner, Brandon Fry. Jacob Meade popped up and made a snap throw after Fry kind of put his head down and walked gently back. I think it would have taken a perfect throw to get him, but I see the idea from Lang trying to get him. A look at second. The 1-2 pitch is called. Strike 3 at the knees. A fastball with a lot of teeth. Medrano is retired. And that'll bring up Elijah Loss. Correction, Louse. First strikeout of the day for Meade. Runner at second now. 2 men down for the right-handed batting Louse, who is 0 for 2. Hayden Orr now holding on the runner. Fry at second, who doubled to start off this inning. There's a called strike at the knees with a fastball. Jacob Mead displaying much improved command of the zone compared to his previous outing. Mead looks in. Gets his sign. Looks at second. Now he throws. Way outside, a curveball missing. A ball into strike. The Pios will have Asensio, Lehman, and then the top of the lineup due against the Fort Collins Force. No action in the pen for the visitors from Colorado. They'll likely send Adrian Short, who has been dominant his first 2 innings, out there for a 3rd inning. Here's the pitch on the way. Way outside and low. 7th inning, 2-0. The Pioneers are trailing. That deficit is by no means insurmountable, though. What they do have to do is execute a little bit better, particularly with the runners on base. Mead's 2-1 on its way, and a late swing and a ball fouled straight back. Kind of fastball, kind of buried a fastball in on his hands. 2-2. Brandon Fry, a walking 2-out lead at second, or playing close enough to hold him. Mead sets below the belt, rather below the letters, above the belt, and there's a swing and a line drive into right center field, a base hit. Gabe is racing over to cut it off. He's going to think better of trying to get a play at the plate. He'll lob it in towards second base. Coming in to score, Brandon Fry on an RBI single from the 9-hole hitter, Elijah Louse. That really feels like the dagger. On a day where offensive production has dwindled, and the Pios have paid a premium for every mistake they've made defensively, the 3rd run of the game comes across on an RBI single, charged to Jacob Mead, and it's 3-0 Fort Collins. So now the lineup turns over. Action brewing in the bullpen. Garrett Hames getting stretched out. It also looks like Brandon Ward is getting loose. The first pitch is a breaking ball missing high to Jackson Romero. Romero doubled and scored a run his last time. He is 1 for 3. The Force have displayed a lot of opposite field power. Here's the pitch. Curve ball up and away, 1-0. I do believe that might be 2 balls and no strikes. Not certain if the scoreboard is behind here. Louse at first base, a threat to run, kind of leaning there as Halleck holds him on. Here's the pitch. Snap throw to first, and it is too late. The pitch missed low, so it's, I believe, 3 balls and no strikes. Mead has been attacking the zone, and he's been getting hit. The pitch is called a strike at the knees. And you could tell that Romero was about to link up with his prior teammate, Brad Halleck, at first base. So he's going to have to dig back in. Louse looks like he's ready to run over there. The 3-1 on the way is low and inside, ball 4. So that's another big 90 feet. Louse forced into scoring position on the walk from Jacob Mead. Two on and 2 out now. The first walk of the game issued by Pios pitching. And that'll bring up Hayden Iverson. Iverson lined a single in his first at bat and was stranded at third base. He's 1 for 3, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. Strike 1. The Pios are trailing 3-0 now after an RBI single from Elijah Louse here this inning. Mead checks on second. Nobody holding at first. The pitch. Inside and low with the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Mead got pieced up first on the double and then on the RBI single. And since then, he's been a little bit skittish up there, trying to nibble around the zone. Iverson, right-hand batter, against the lefty. Mead waits. Big hole in the right side open for him. and he swings, almost gets sawed off. Little dribbler out to the left side. Asensio has it. He cuts it off, fires to first, too late. Kind of threw on the run there, and he really had to make a hurried throw. That ball was hit so softly right off the hands of Iverson. No out was recorded on the play, and that loads the bases. So Jacob Meade has gone from trying to hang a zero to just trying to avoid a worst-case scenario here. The Pios already trailing 3-0. They're running out of outs. And as their offense is sputtered, their chances are quickly dwindling. The first pitch is down and in to the number 3 hitter, Joel Anderson. Anderson singled in his previous trip and scored after a couple of errors were made. The Pios have made 4 this game, 3 in the previous frame. There's a fastball down and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Nowhere to put him. Jacob Meade just trying to dig deep and get the Pios out of further trouble. The slow windup in the pitch is right down 10th Street, 2-1. That was a fastball at the knees. Anderson, a dangerous hitter, not being aggressive here. Feet just under shoulder with the part, slightly open. Here's the pitch. It is down and inside, 3-1. Jacob Meade out of leeway. Bases loaded, 2 men out. 3 balls and 1 strike the pitch. Or the count, as Meade looks in. Now he comes set. Here's the pitch. It is fouled. Up and out of play beyond the backstop, 3-2. Now it was a fastball over the outer half. Joel Anderson not doing a whole lot with it. He's choked up on his bat, ready to stay alive. He'll take the walk as Meade throws. The payoff pitch is fouled back to the screen. Pretty big swing. The runners with a head start were going with the pitch, but they'll have to jog back. Louse at third, Romero at second, and Iverson at first. 3 straight hitters have reached against Jacob Meade here in the 7th. Meade sets. The runners go. Here's the pitch. Up and away, ball 4, and that forces home a run. So Anderson stays alive long enough for Meade's erraticism to come back to haunt him. That forces home a run, and now it is 4-0 Fort Collins. Not only that, but the bases are still loaded for a man who was robbed of a home run in his first trip. There's a fastball outside, 1-0. The arms in the Pios pen are ready to go, so I do believe that this will be Meade's final hitter. He kicks and deals. It is inside, and that hits him. So a painful way to force home the 5th run of the game and the 3rd of the inning, and now the wheels seem to have fallen off. And that looks like it'll spell the end of Jacob Meade's outing. So he comes in the previous frame in place of an injured Dallin Turner, and now he walks off with the bases still loaded, facing 9 and 8 this inning. They'll be back for more baseball. 5-0 the Pios now trail on the West Coast scoreboard.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. What, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
For nearly 100 years, folks have trusted Blue Star medicated ointment to relieve the pain and itching of almost any skin irritation.
It works on my son's dry, itching feet and their jock itch.
I had this rash on my neck. Nothing worked until Blue Star.
Blue Star worked great on my ringworm without steroids.
My wife and I have been using Blue Star for years. It's never let us down.
Look for the white box with the blue star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star work fast, or your money back.
When death comes to a loved one, we are often left wondering where to turn. We invite you to turn to the family ready to help, the family of Bridgman Funeral Home in Scottsbluff. After all, they've been serving families in our area for generations. In times such as these, you need assurance that everything will be taken care of without any surprises. Bridgman Family Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Scottsbluff and Jones Mortuary in Mitchell, our family serving yours.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
So, a bit of an interesting occurrence we're seeing out in front of us. Cullen Flowers is the man on in relief, not Brandon Ward. He made his last appearance just a couple of days ago, a 4-inning start, striking out 5, walking 3. And he's been looking pretty good this year. A 3.75 earned run average, 15 strikeouts, and only 12 innings pitched, 8 walks allowed, 10 hits. So, Flowers enters with the bases loaded in relief of Jacob Mead and will face Blake Templeton with 2 men out. The Pios have allowed 2 in the 6th and now 3 in the 7th. So they trail 5-0. They have had their opportunities, but they have not been able to cash in so far. The first pitch is down and away. Nice pick out of the dirt by Jacob Lang. And Cullen Flowers misses the zone badly to Templeton, the DH. The pitch on the way. Down and away, a fastball missing. 2 balls, no strikes. The thing with Flowers is that he can be a bit erratic until he really settles in. And now he's brought in with literally no room for error. A wild pitch scores a run. A walk scores a run. A hit batsman scores a run. Now he throws his 2-0 pitch and a swinging strike. Templeton helped him out a bit. That was a fastball down below the knees. The count 2-1. Flowers holds. Now he pitches. And another low fastball reached for and tapped foul. Iverson at third. Anderson at second. Norson at first. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. The Pios trailing by 5 here. Cullen Flowers trying to stop the bleeding. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ball hit in the air to center field. Carpenter waves everybody off, now comes in a few steps and makes the one-handed catch to retire the side. But it was a messy inning indeed. 9 men come to the plate, and the Fort Collins Force score 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, and a hit batsman. It's time to stretch here at Oregon Trail Park. Scores 5-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Paul Reed Construction, the leading general contractor in the Panhandle, is now hiring heavy equipment operators, diesel mechanics, general laborers, and concrete laborers. Paul Reed is proud to serve western Nebraska, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Colorado for over 35 years. A valid driver's license with a clean record required. For a complete description and requirements for all open positions and to inquire about pay and benefits, apply in person at Paul Reed Construction, 2970 North 10th Street in Gearing. Paul Reed Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Getting Valley Plumbing and Heating. Rescuing customers since 1987.
At Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, we are excited to be your first call when you need a new HVAC installation, repair, or just want to fix that old plumbing system. Our qualified technicians are ready to provide you with a variety of services to get you up and running. Rest assured, we will save the day.
Getting Valley Plumbing and Heating. Rescuing customers since 1987.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
So a new pitcher in place of Adrian Short. It'll be the right-hander Robbie Ross. Adrian Short was dominant in his 2 innings of work. This is the 4th pitcher of the day used by the Fort Collins Force, who lead 5-0, well on their way to winning their 11th game in a row against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. So Ross will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. The Pioneers really could have avoided further damage. They stranded the bases loaded in the previous half inning. But now they're counting the outs, trying to make the most of their chances here against Fort Collins. Trans Systems, it's a sweet haul in this sweet community. See driveteamgreen.com. That's the link for Trans Systems. Michael Asensio, the first pitch is a strike, generously given on the outside corner, 0-1. The bats really came alive against Jacob Mead, one of the better arms in this Pios bullpen. That was for the Fort Collins Force. 3 across the previous frame as Asensio takes upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. The order of operations for the Fort Collins bullpen has been 2 innings apiece. The pitch is a swing and a miss. Another filthy changeup. Now you know it's not the Shadows because they're gone. It's just the off-speed pitches have been filthy today. Ross, the right-hander, deals. Change-up, fought off the hands. So Asensio stays alive, still 1-2. The man they call Big Mike is 0 for 2. He reached on an error in his previous trip. One that the Pios could have done better to capitalize on. They ended up straining the bases loaded that inning. The pitch, curveball in the dirt, taken 2-2. Robbie Ross holds. Now he pitches, and a big curveball up and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Pios in need of base runners. Michael Asensio trying to be one to start off this frame. The payoff pitch is hit in the air out towards center field, towards right center. Iverson racing over, and he reaches up to make the catch. For out number 1. So, the leadoff man is set down for, I do believe, the 4th straight inning. And that'll bring up none other than James Lehman. Lehman is a guy who you would not typically imagine to bat 9th. He has an absurdly good on-base threat. And he's 1 for 2 today. The first pitch to him is taken for a strike with some sink on the inside corner. 0-1. 5-0 the Pioneers trail. And at this point, you have thoughts about getting shut out for the first time this year. The pitch on the way, low and inside to Lehman. 1-1. The fewest runs the Pios have scored in a contest this year was one that happened twice. Once against the Cage Rats and once against North Platte earlier on this week. The 1-1 on the way is a big swing and a very weakly hit ball foul. Out beyond home plate, 1-2. 1 man out, nobody on. Lehman trying to get aboard for Coy Carpenter, the leadoff man. Here's Ross pitching, and it is inside, nearly hits him, and it's 2-2. The Pios have had runners in scoring position ever since the first inning. Once in the first, once in the third, and then they eventually stranded the bases loaded in the 4th. There's a swing and a hard hit ball past the first base. Oh, bag and down the right field line. And that made the umpire hit the deck, and he ended up rolling a foul ball. So a very late call. Man, that was scary. That was absolutely smashed by Lehman, and that's really why you stand in foul ground As an umpire, if it hits you, if you have to hit the deck, well, then at least you know what the call is. So 2-2 to James Lehman. The pitcher Ross taking his time. The sunset is turning to twilight here, and it will soon become dusk here at Oregon Trail Park. There's the pitch on the way. Is reached for and fouled straight back. Fought off a changeup. Still 2-2. Good at bat for Lehman with one out, nobody on. The Pios trail by 5. They are no stranger to being able to put up big numbers in terms of a single inning. That has really been a method by which they have tormented teams over the course of this year. Just keeping the line moving. Here's the pitch. It is up and inside. So Lehman is in a full count now. Thought for a second that he worked the walk. Three balls, two strikes. Ross waiting. Now he pitches. Change up in the dirt ball four. So Lehman aboard for the second time today. He's on first, second walk of the game for the Pioneers. Live from the Logos broadcast booth, I'm Carson Trail. Logos is your home for all your season printing and embroidery needs. Shop at the showroom or have something custom made at Logos, located at 1344 10th Street in Gering. Just a couple of doors down from the Pioneers' office. The pitch on the way to Coy Carpenters in the dirt, taken for ball one. Lehman at first is a very fast runner, but as a matter of circumstance, I don't think that he'll be taking off. Norson holding, step off throw to first, and Lehman dives back in nonetheless. Coy Carpenter in the lineup for the first time in a while after just needing a couple of days off. He's cooled down after a very hot start, and he's 0 for 3 today. The pitch, upstairs, 2-0. But Coy Carpenter is still a very, very good leadoff man, even when he's not hitting, because he loves to get on base. He works a lot of walks. He takes a lot of pitches. And now, as if on cue, Kevin McMillan, the head coach and the pitching coach today, he is out to have a word with Robbie Ross. His control seems to be faltering today. And now we're going to pause to have a word. Viero Wireless, hometown roots, global reach. Visit Viero Wireless in Scottsbluff. So it's 2-0 to Carpenter, a man out runner at first. Infield at double play depth, but with a lot of speed on the bases, I don't anticipate that Carpenter will be an easy two. Slide step in the pitch. Low and inside, ball 3. So Ross really rushed himself that time. But if you really think about it, the runner at first, Lehman, does not matter all that much. The Pios are just trying to chip away. The 3-0 pitch is up and away, ball 4. So 2 straight walks to the 9-1 hitters. And that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Garrett Esposito. The Pios have an opportunity to make things interesting. Action in the bullpen for the Fort Collins Force as the catcher Madrano comes out to have a word with Robbie Ross. 5-0 the Pios trail. 2 unearned runs in the 6th and 3 in the 7th. So now Esposito. Esposito doubled his first time up, but he was stranded at third base. When the Pios have gotten breaks, they have not cashed in. The opposite is true for the Force. And now, on cue, we will get a pitching change. Out from the mound is Kevin McMillan, and he's going to pull Robbie Ross out of this game. So we're going to see who they decide to bring in. It seems to be Will Toger from Rend Lake Community College, the right-hander, also listed as a two-way player. He'll come on in relief. So Ross doesn't last the inning, and we'll be back in just a moment. The score It is 5-0. The Pios are trailing on the West Coast scoreboard.
Paul Reed Construction, the leading general contractor in the Panhandle, is now hiring heavy equipment operators, diesel mechanics, general laborers, and concrete laborers. Paul Reed is proud to serve western Nebraska, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Colorado for over 35 years. A valid driver's license with a clean record required. For a complete description and requirements for all open positions and to inquire about pay and benefits, apply in person at Paul Reed Construction, 2970 North 10th Street in Gearing. Paul Reed Construction is an equal opportunity employer.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Getting Valley Plumbing and Heating. Rescuing customers since 1987.
At Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, we are excited to be your first call when you need a new HVAC installation, repair, or just want to fix that old plumbing system. Our qualified technicians are ready to provide you with a variety of services to get you up and running. Rest assured, we will save the day.
Getting Valley Plumbing and Heating. Rescuing customers since 1987.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
Garrett Esposito in to hit, and Will Toger in to pitch. The big right-hander out of Rend Lake Community College. He relieves Robbie Ross, who doesn't even last the inning. 2 runners on, 1 man out. The first pitch is a bouncing ball to the left side, and through for a base hit. James Lehman makes the turnaround third. He's going to head home. The ball is picked up and bobbled, and now the throw to third base has Coy Carpenter out by about 10 feet. Coy Carpenter, with 1 out, thought he could get himself into third base. But that bobble just not far away enough from Fry. I see where Carpenter's head's at. An aggressive decision. A very disciplined base runner. That time it just didn't break his way. But at the same time, a very high-risk move. The run comes in to score. It's 5-1. Esposito aboard with his second hit. He gets a run batted in. And he's at first for Isaiah Gibbs. Gibbs' first pitch is skied in the air to right field. Ranging back, Anderson. Now over toward the line, and it falls in front of him, and it gets by him. Garrett Esposito was hustling all the way. He rounds third and comes in to score. It's 5-2. Isaiah Gibbs uses the elements to his advantage. The wind was really messing with that one. Esposito in to score on a double for Gibbs. Now it's 5-2. The Pios are alive and well, and now Brad Halleck for an opportunity to really cut into this lead more. 2 runs across on a couple of singles, and it's the walks that have loomed large for both teams now. That's what fuels his rally in the prior half inning, and now here in the last of the 7th, the Pios, as Jet Ruby takes in on the inside corner. Check that, strike 1. Jet Ruby, not Brad Halleck, who's on deck. Ruby just trying to keep the line moving. 2 outs, 5-2. Pioneers trail. Anderson, the right fielder, with a really rough day, allowing that one to get by him. That allows Gibbs to get over to second base. 1-1 the count now as Ruby takes down low. Will Toger, spelled Togher. Checks twice on second, now pitches. Swing and a bouncing ball to the left side. A tough bounce for the third baseman. He throws across his body to first. Picked out of the dirt in time by Norson. And the inning is over. The ad on the base is currently looming large, but 2 come across to score. No shutout today for the Pioneers, as Isaiah Gibbs and Garrett Esposito knocked in a pair. We now head to the 8th inning. 5-2, the Pios are still trailing on the West Coast scoreboard.
Marker Egg has been providing consistent quality with the best in guaranteed nutrition from Purina, Showtech, and Sunglow feeds. Our show feed brands have not only proven their quality for local and national winners, but have also helped us to get to know you, the Valley's best and brightest. From those who are just starting to those who are looking to try something new, we have the experience and expertise to help you reach your goals for both commercial and show livestock. From the show ring to the sale ring, from the purple ribbons to the pastures. Marker Ag is run by people like you, for you. We're located next to El Chorrito, so stop in today so we can get to know you better.
Platte Valley Bank can help you take advantage of every adventure. Whether your goals are to upgrade your vehicle or you have plans for a new business venture, we are here to help guide your financial journey. Our customized personal and business loan options can take you from everyday excursions to epic adventures. The path to success starts at Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
Platte Valley Bank. Community banking for you.
Brandon is super pumped about Runza,
Runza is so sweet.
especially all their desserts.
Oh, those are the sweetest.
Chocolate, vanilla, and twist ice cream cones, 4 flavors of shakes, chocolate chip cookies, and ice cream sandwiches.
Literally sweet.
Oh, I love your enthusiasm.
Well, I love Runza.
So sweet of you. Come satisfy your sweet tooth. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
So we're in the 8th inning. Cullen Flowers back to the mound facing the left-handed batter to start out, Brandon Fry. Fry started out the previous inning with the double, and this at-bat starts out with the ball missing just outside of ball 1. 2 across for the Pios, the previous half inning on a couple of walks and a couple of hits. He stranded a man on, and there's a strike at the knees from Flowers. 1 ball, 1 strike. I would like to amend the statement that I made about Coy Carpenter and his play at third base on which he was retired. There's a ball missing below the knees. It was actually much closer of a play than I had initially described. It was an aggressive play, and I'm sure it was one that if he had the option of doing it over again, he wouldn't have tried to advance to third, but still, he gave it his best effort, and it was, he made a diving attempt to get around the tag and just was unsuccessful. So it's a 3-1 pitch after that one misses low and away to Brandon Fry. And here's the pitch, and that one's hammered to right field. Gibbs racing back toward the warning track, and in front of the wall, he hops up and makes the catch. Gibbs has really made a couple of nice plays today, and that time he robs Brandon Fry of extra bases. That ball was hit a ton. We have not seen a lot of teams barrel balls up the way that the Force has today when they have come to Oregon Trail Park. Perhaps the only other team has been the Cage Rats of Colorado Springs. 1 out now, nobody on. 5-2, the Pios are trailing, and Hank Heiselbetz takes a fastball low. Heiselbetz 1 for 3. Shortstop batting left-handed against the right-hander Flowers. The 1-0 on the way is ripped to right field, hooking down the line. It is a fair ball. Isaiah Gibbs over to plate and foul ground. It takes a weird carom and gets by him near the 320-foot marker. Rounding second, the runner. He's going to head for third. The throw comes all the way into third base, but it is well up the line, and it would have been too late anyway. It's a triple for Hank Heiselbetz. Isaiah Gibbs with such a strong arm. And I don't think that there was any world in which he could have gotten the runner had he used the cutoff man or had he not. Now Bryson Medrano. Medrano, runner at third, 1 man out. Right-hand batter, infield playing in for the Pioneers. Flowers looking to strike a man out, get a shutdown inning. The first pitch, a strike on the outside corner. Medrano today has struck out twice and he's bounced out. A hit today could get one of those 2 runs back. The pitch is a swinging strike 2. So Flowers hopefully in a spot where he can punch a ticket and move the infield back with the runner still at third. Flowers pitches inside, nearly hits him, but it breaks just enough so that it'll just be a 1-2 count. Medrano doing the catching today. As Flowers throws, swing, and a little flare out towards center field. Falling, and in there for a base hit. That was just a pop-up that, had the infield been playing straight away, would have fallen right in the shortstop's glove. But Bryson Medrano comes through to drive in the Force's 6th run. Heiselbetz comes in to score at 6-2. So now Elijah Louse. Louse 1 for 3 today, facing off against Cullen Flowers. Went out runner at first, infield's now able to play for a pair. And there is a fastball missing low and away, ball 1. The offenses were quiet for the first half of today's game. Through 5, there were no runs scored until the Force in the 6th inning finally broke through against Dallin Turner. There's a step off and a throw to first. Medrano, a catcher, not a guy you'd peg as a threat to run, but he dives back in no less. And this has been one of the few blemishes to the Pioneers bullpen so far. They've allowed, I believe, 4 runs to score so far. And all of them have been earned. 6-2, the Pios trail, and a 2-0 count. The right-handed batting Elijah Louse. He swings and tops this one foul down the third base side, out of play. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's Flowers pitching. Swing and a shot past the reach of Asensio into left field, a base hit. Making the turnaround second and then retreating back is Medrano. But that's 3 straight knocks against Cullen Flowers, this time a single for Elijah Louse. So the lineup card turns over again for Jackson Romero, a man who has reached in each of his past 2 trips. He walked and scored and doubled and scored in the 7th and 6th innings respectively. Now a spot where he can hit the dagger. 6-2, the Pioneers are trailing. All 6 runs coming in the previous 3 frames for the Fort Collins Force. The Force really playing some good ball here. Well on their way to winning their 11th game in a row. A look at second. 2 looks. Flowers deals and a foul back to the screen. He grooved a fastball there. And the count's 0-1. Halleck, Orr, and Lang, a part of the lineup to do some damage, due up in the last of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch on the way, and a swinging strike, snap throw to first, and it kicks off the glove of the runner Halleck. And now they got the runner caught up between second and third. Asensio with the ball now runs him back. Now instead, with 2 runners on second base, is just going to tag him out. So Lang decides to make the throw back. The throw kicked off the glove of Halleck. Halleck could have just ran the runner back, as it appeared as though Medrano was caught between second and third base. And now the head coach is going to come out and have a word. I don't know what the circumstance is that would require a review, but instead, there's one nonetheless. Medrano was tagged out on the 2-3-5. So a base running mistake made now by the Fort Collins Force, and a crucial second out, with Louse now on second base for Jackson Romero. Flowers back to the mound after getting a nice break. And yes, I do believe he is still retired. Romero, 1 for 3 with the walk and 2 runs scored today. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Flowers sets. 6-2 Pios trail. Here's the pitch. And a check swing line drive. Pretty hard contact considering it was not a full swing. Sprayed down the right field side off the screen, foul. 0-2. Flowers sets out the letters. The 0-2 on the way. Swing and a bouncing ball. A big bounce at third for Asensio. He quickly fires to first in time. A nice play by Asensio. Sets down the force here in the 8th. They get one more, though, on 3 hits. No errors, and they strain the man more. We now head to the last of the 8th inning. The Pios are trailing 6-2 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fender bender, hailstorm, couldn't stop on the ice in time? After everyone is safe, Scottsbluff Body and Paint should be the first call you make. There isn't a better shop in the area. Our highly skilled team is experienced at performing all auto body repair and paint jobs. Stop by anytime and speak to one of our technicians, and we'll do a full inspection to show you just how little our repair services will cost you. Our work is not complete until your car is safe and you're on the road again. Call today, Scottsbluff Body and Paint, 225-6408.
FNBO free checking is checking that's actually free. No fees or minimums, and now no overdraft fees. It's ever so personal, with people to help every step of the way. And easy, with a mobile app that allows you to deposit checks and manage your account wherever you are. So make the switch so you can do more with the Great Big Small Bank. Visit FNBO.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO free checking. It's ever so free. Member FDIC.
And 100.3 FM.
The Pios are working uphill again as Brad Halleck is in the batter's box. Before even a pitch is thrown, Madrano goes out to discuss things with Will Toger. I spelled Toger's name out for you in the previous inning. Togher. It's almost like somebody had the word together and just took a bunch of the letters out. First pitch to Halleck is a swing and a miss. Outside fastball. Halleck, who has had multiple hits today, has not been retired, swinging for maximum damage. 6-2, the Pios lead. They chase 4 once again. The 0-1 is a big swing and a ball hit foul, nothing in 2. Oh, 2 to Halleck. Toger slowly winds and throws and misses low and away. It looked like a changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's Toger pitching, and Halleck strikes out swinging. Got him to chase a fastball way up and out of the zone. Toger's first strikeout is of the Pios. Pios' best hitter as of late. A man gone here in the 8th for Aiden Orr. 6-2, Pios suffering a 4-run deficit now as Orr takes up an away ball 1. When they have been most productive in their frames this game, it's been when they've made the defense work. And there's a ground ball out towards second base. Over to get it, surrounding the ball, Louse. He straightens up and fires to first in time to retire Aiden Orr. Orr is now 1 for 4. So 2 very quick outs to open the 8th, and that'll bring up Lang. Lang is struck out twice and bounced out to the pitcher. The Pios, and there's Lang watching the breaking ball sail behind him, and they're going to say it hit his bat, so an unfortunate strike 1, but a little protest from Lang. That was a breaking ball that, even if Lang hadn't moved, it would have zipped right by him. But instead, as he tried to move his bat out of the way, turned out he was moving it in the way. The 1 ball, no strike pitch, up and in. 2 misses to Lang. 2 balls, no strikes. Toger on the mound, deals in the dirt with the fastball. 3 balls and no strikes. The 5th pitcher of the day for the Fort Collins Force. Toger deals and he gets a low strike called with a fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Dusk has fallen here at Oregon Trail Park, and there's a swing and a bouncing ball back up the middle and into center field, a base hit. So Lang gets off the schneid with a 2-out single. Up next, Michael Asensio. Asensio 0 for 3 today, a good time to get into the hit column. The Pios have 8 on the day with that single by Lang. And their offense, despite only getting 2 runs, has been showing signs of life against Toger. Toger, the high set, slide step in the pitch. And Asensio swings and lifts one foul out of play down the right side. Strike 1. The 0-1 is very high, ball 1. Toger, the right-handed two-way player from Rennes Lake Community College, deals his 1-1. And Asensio rolls one on the ground softly to short. Up with it is Heiselbetz, his throw to first. Out number 3. The Pios get a man aboard in the 8th, but they cannot answer for the run scratched across in the previous half inning. We now head to the 9th inning. We'll see who the Pios throw out there. They trail by a score of 6-2 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Marker Ag has been providing consistent quality with
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
We can sum up McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich in one word. Crispy. But also juicy and tender. Okay, it's crispy, juicy, tender. All one word. But then, also pickle. Oh, and potato bun, which is 2 words. Okay, we can't sum up our new crispy chicken sandwich in one word, so you'll just have to try it to understand it. Order ahead on the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Free FM.
So, the Pioneers are trailing 6-2, and Paul Panduro, the closer, is going to be on the mound. Not his typical situation. He's got that fastball with cut, that slider, and his team is trailing by 4, so not a safe situation for him. But he's the next in line for the Pios staff. He will face Iverson, Anderson, and Norson. Those 2 were quiet for the first half of the game, those 3 rather. But then when Norson was brought into the game, made some loud contact, was actually robbed of a home run. And then Anderson and Iverson were part of that 7th inning rally that has been pretty decisive so far. 6-2 the Pios trail with 3 coming across in that 7th frame. Live from the Logos broadcast booth, I'm Carson Trail, taking a look at what's next. North Platte comes to town on Friday. The game to begin at 6:35 p.m. Mountain Time. That is the one of 2 home games on the docket. Saturday, the U.S. Military War Dogs will play with a special auction of the Pios military appreciation jerseys to take place after the fact. Right-hander against right-hander is Panduro. Fires in a cut fastball for a strike to Hayden Iverson. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Fort Collins Force. There's a swing and a miss. Another fastball, and it's strike 2. The Pios have had 8 hits, but 4 errors. And of course, they only have the 2 runs. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a shot hit foul. High and deep down the right field line. Nothing in 2 still. The pieces of contact today from Fort Collins, especially against the bullpen, normally so dominant for the Pioneers. The contact they got against Jacob Mead, Cullen Flowers, and then now, despite it being a foul ball, against Paul Panduro. Very impressive. Here's the pitch. Slider way outside, 1-2. So Flowers comes in, throws 1.1. Panduro on relief of him here in the 9th. 1-2 coming to Iverson, and he takes below the knees, didn't miss by much. 2-2. Panduro readies himself, sets out the belt, slide step in the pitch, up and in, a fastball missing. 3-2. Panduro trying to prevent the leadoff man from getting on. His job is damage control today. And getting out number 1, so important to achieving that objective. The pitch is a high, lazy fly ball out toward left center. Carpenter angles under it, comes in now, a few steps, makes the catch, out number 1. So that was Iverson's 5th at bat, and he is now 2 for 5. Pios chasing 4 here on the top of the 9th inning. Paul Panduro now facing Joel Anderson. Anderson started the game at first base, but then moved to right field. This has been an injury-filled game for both sides. And there's a slider in for a strike. Anderson started at first base, moved to right field in place of Ben Ruckman. Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball hit hard on the ground to shortstop. A good hop for Lehman. He shuffles, and he throws him out at first. So 2 quickly gone now ahead of Norson. Drew Norson came on as a defensive replacement back in, I believe, the 2nd inning. His first at-bat, he was robbed of a home run. He reached on an error in his 2nd. His 3rd at-bat was a hit by pitch that drove in a run. And his latter 2 at-bats have chased Pios pitchers from the game. 2 outs, nobody on. Norson batting left-handed, swings and misses over the top, a cut fastball for strike 1. Panduro, that's so rare that at any level you can command a cut fastball as your primary pitch. And that's really kind of a pattern for what makes the elite pitchers so good. There's a fastball missing down low. If you look at the majors, I don't think I need to name Mariano Rivera as a cut fastballer. Same with Roy Halladay, the late Roy Halladay. And Kenley Jansen, one of the more recent cut fastballers, and Corbin Burns. There's a swing and a ball fouled off the front foot of Drew Norson. 1-2. Base is empty. 2 men gone. Infield's playing straight away. The outfield, particularly Carpenter, is shaded a couple of steps left of center. Here's Panduro pitching. And a ball lofted high and out of play, despite the efforts of Asensio and Lehman down the left side. One and 2 the count. The Pios will need to do something that they've been able to do recently, and that is put together a big inning late in a game. They came back against the Colts and against the Game Day Angels by scoring 4 or more. There's a swinging strike 3, a foul tip into the glove of Lang, into the side is retired. All in all, a nice clean inning for Paul Panduro. He notches a strikeout, and the Force go 3 up, 3 down. We head to the last of the 9th. The Pios on to their final 3 outs, trailing 4 runs, 6-2 the score on the West Coast scoreboard.
With 3 campuses plus classes online, Western Nebraska Community College makes it easier than ever to learn where you live. Whether you're seeking short-term training or planning to transfer to a 4-year institution, WNCC offers a quality education that's affordable and local. Combine that with access to more than $4 million in assistance. WNCC is a great place to start pursuing your dreams. Take the next step and register today. Learn more at wncc.edu.
Hi, this is Michael with the Englehop Agency. Mayhem, a word Allstate has used for some time to explain when things go awry in our lives. But today, it is all too real. With wars in our world, economic pressures, shootings almost daily, and tragic accidents right here at home, we are experiencing mayhem in a whole different manner. When you pass someone on the street today, give them a smile. Those are all too far uncommon. Because for that moment, you may be the only thing that gives them hope. Let's have a great day today. All day.
Nobody protects you from...
Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
KNEB 960 AM and 100.3 FM.
There's a pitch missing low to the left-handed batter. It is James Lehman to start things off, followed by the top of the lineup against Will Toger. And Lehman swings and misses, strike one. Today was supposed to be a doubleheader, but everybody thought it best that the Pios and the Force play only the one time. This is the final time that these two sides will square off this year. The pitch on the way is rolled on the ground towards second. The grass really kills it. Charging in now Louse. He underhands to first. Out number one. 6-2, the Pios trail. And 6-2, the Fort Collins Force lead on their way to winning their 11th game in a row. They've been playing fundamentally sound ball, firing on all cylinders, and they've been looking very, very good. As now Coy Carpenter will stride in. Base is empty, one man out. Toger, the slow windup in the pitch, is a bit high. Carpenter, not a very imposing figure, and he uses that to his advantage in every respect. Comparatively small strike zone, and he knows it. The 1-1, and he shatters his bat, breaks it. Ball lines softly off the hands towards second. Louse up with it, and he throws him out at first. So Carpenter's going to need some new wood. As that one, the bat didn't break in half or come hurtling off or pose a threat to anybody, but Carpenter gets sawed off and he tries to break it over his knee, not in frustration, just as much for the enjoyment of it. If you can break it, might as well break it all the way, right? Now here's Garrett Esposito. 2 outs, nobody on. The first pitch is swung on and missed, strike one. Base is empty, 2 men out. 6-2, the Pios trail. Esposito waits, and he takes a called strike despite it popping out of the glove of the catcher. Esposito not happy about that, and now the Pios down to their final strike. Here's the pitch, and Espo swings and lofts one foul out of play. Nothing in 2. One more time the pitch. It is up and in. Esposito took it, and it's 1-2. Pios down to their final strike again. Will Toger working from the windup. It's his leg and deals. Inside. Esposito could have worn it. But it's 2-2. Just lets it pass between them inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One more time the pitch on the way. And it is popped high in the air down the right side. The first baseman, Norson, having a look at it. But it is out of play. Out onto the right field party deck. The count 2-2. Esposito long at bat here in the ninth. Here's the pitch from Toger again, and Esposito strikes out swinging. High fastball, Esposito exchanging some words with the home plate umpire as he walks back to the dugout. The ball game's over. The Pios drop only their 5th game this year, and the Fort Collins Force win their 11th in a row. Final line score 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the victorious Force. For the Pios, 2 runs, 8 hits, and 4 errors. And we'll be back with some final remarks and our Runza postgame show in just a minute.
Home title theft. It's on the rise and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow against the house or sell the house. You may have no clue until you find out that your house has been sold or till several loans or several banks are foreclosing on you.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. The instant they detect any tampering, you'll get an alert. And that's bad news for home title thieves. So when's the last time you checked on the title to your home? Find out if you're already a victim with your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value free with sign up. Just go to HomeTitleLock.com and sign up in minutes. That's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
Come on out to the Camp Clark Stampede Rodeo in Bridgeport, July 3rd and 4th. Performances both nights at 7:30. Wild horse race with a $500 added purse, $100 entry. Fireworks both nights provided by Fireworks Unlimited and the Bridgeport Volunteer Fire Department. Enjoy the beer garden, dance to the Jim Rice Band following the rodeo the night of the 3rd with free admission. Brought to you by Dooley Oil, Eggers Well Service, Farm Credit Service of America, Flatwater Arms, Frank Implement, Lee's Service, and Morrill County Community Hospital.
Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly team will put in the work to reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gearing, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com or visit us at our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, next to Bumper to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Buyers Realty. Community strong, community proud. We have what you're looking for.
Right now at Viera Wireless, we're celebrating the season of our loving moms, our hard-working dads, and our new and hopeful grads. Show them appreciation with one of our best deals ever. Get half off any tablet when you buy a phone with a new or renewed line. That includes the latest generation tablets from Apple and Samsung. You can also get them a new Samsung Galaxy S23 on us when you buy another one with trade-in. For more information, visit your local Viero store today.
Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Our producers know that running a successful operation these days requires having reliable service and quality products. That's why you know you can trust the knowledgeable people at Westco to provide you sound agronomic advice, aerial application, bulk fuel, lubricants, propane, tires, and other essentials to keep your operation running smoothly. Our priority is helping you succeed. Call or visit your nearest Westco location today. Westco. Service, solutions, success.
Westco's your best value through and through.
It's time now for the Runza Postgame Show, presented by Runza Restaurants. Runza makes a great stop before or after every game. Win or lose, Runza makes it all better.
Come off a loss this year, so their 5th. They fall to the Fort Collins Force by a score of 6-2. The Pios had one of their better outings on the mound to start for this year. Dallin Turner ended up going 5 2/3. He was rolling out of the gate, a season high in strikeouts with 9 before, unfortunately, he was removed, I believe, due to injury. So hopefully he's all right. You hope to God that that wasn't the elbow that he was grasping off the field. And both pitching staffs working very, very well. Luke Guest got the ball after 2 innings. He was removed for Matthew Oberlander. After 2 innings, he was removed for Adrian Short. And those 3 guys really shut the Pios down. A combined 6 innings pitched. They allowed 5 hits, only the 1 walk, though, and a grand total of 11 strikeouts. So the Pios really had their tickets punched, and that'll go down as kind of a taste of their own medicine. Usually it's their bullpen that's been so good with the strikeout. But the Pios were the ones indeed set down. So the things got a little bit out of hand as soon as Dallin Turner came into the 6th inning. A couple of knocks and a bunch of crucial mistakes made in the field. 3 errors made in that 6th to allow a couple of runs to score. That means that, fortunately, Turner's earned run record will remain unblemished, or will be unblemished after this. It'll actually improve, but substantially, in fact. And then Jacob Meade comes in. Things start to get out of hand a little bit. A couple of knocks, a couple of walks, a bases-loaded hit by pitch, and that's kind of when the wheels felt like they were about to fall off. Jacob Meade only lasted an aggregate of 1 inning before he was removed for Cullen Flowers. He came in for an inning. And the Pios, on a day where their offense really struggled with runners in scoring position, I think at one point they were, 0 for 10 or 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position before finally, I do believe Garrett Esposito and Isaiah Gibbs came through, responsible for their 2 runs scored in the last of the 7th inning. But all in all, the Pios really were outpitched. They were outplayed in this one, and they fall by a final score of 6-2. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and 7 stranded for the Force. It was 2 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors, and 9 left on for the Pioneers. The winning pitcher is going to be Adrian Short, the student athlete at Western Nebraska Community College, giving it to his hometown team. The losing pitcher, unfortunately, Dallin Turner. He is saddled with the loss. Not a safe situation. Time of the game, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Pretty good crowd tonight, although we don't have an exact figure on paid attendance at this time. And the Pios really kind of met their match this year. Their only chance to beat the Fort Collins Force. They don't play them again for the duration of this year, and they end up dropping it. They followed 16-5. The Force, however, have won 11 straight games. They are now 12-3. Let's take a look at our Taco John's player of the game. It'll be Dallin Turner, his best outing of the year, and we just, cross our fingers, fold our hands that he's able to come out and pitch again in a Pioneers uniform. That was it. We saw him kind of bent over, and he was really staring down at his right elbow. And those are the kinds of injuries that you really, really dread to witness, and also you dread as an athlete. But nonetheless, his efforts today, 5.2 innings pitched, no earned runs, 9 strikeouts, no walks, and only 4 hits allowed. Those are by far worthy of our Taco John's player of the game. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game. Let's take a look at what's next. Tomorrow and Thursday, the Pios have off. Friday, North Platte comes to town to begin at 6:35 p.m. Mountain Time. That'll be just a 1-game series against them. Saturday, the Pios will play a special game against the U.S. military. There is a special jersey auction for the Pios Military Appreciation Threads after the fact, with the proceeds to go to the American Legion Post. On Sunday, the Pios will travel on the road, play a doubleheader against the Plainsmen on the road, a makeup game for a rainout coming earlier on, and then they wrap up that series Monday. So their first real road trip after the first attempt at one prior was rained out, and a Colorado trip was also washed away. So the Pios, 2 more games left on this homestand, and then a 3-game road trip. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Carson Trail. This has been our Runza postgame show. Runza doesn't like to think of themselves as just another restaurant in town. They like to think of themselves as a part of the community. Runza, with locations in Scottsbluff, Gering, Chadron, and Alliance. So, this has been our Runza postgame show. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm Carson Trail. The Pios fall to the Fort Collins Force 6-2. We'll be back with more Pioneers baseball in just a couple of days on KNEB.
Hi, this is Michael with the Englehop Agency. Mayhem, a word Allstate has used for some time to explain when things go awry in our lives. But today, it is all too real. With wars in our world, economic pressures, shootings almost daily, and tragic accidents right here at home, we are experiencing mayhem in a whole different manner. When you pass someone on the street today, give them a smile. Those are all too far uncommon, because for that moment, you may be the only thing that gives them hope. Let's have a great day today. All day.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a really big tree near your garage. Now I'm on your garage and car. And if you don't have the right insurance, the cost to fix this could leave you wishing money grew on trees. So bundle your home and auto with Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Contact local Gearing Allstate agent Michael Engelhop for a quote today.
Based on coverage and limits selected. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Auto prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
What's your plan? Hi, I'm Kevin Carmody, Life and Health Producer at J.G. Elliott Insurance Center. Are you an individual needing life, health, disability, or long-term care insurance? Are you a business owner wanting to offer or enhance your group health and ancillary benefits? If so, give me a call at 308-635-2023. Together, we can build a plan that meets your needs today, tomorrow,